This guy was all set to enjoy a thrilling college life when he suddenly found himself transmigrated into a decrepit old man on his deathbed in a cultivation world. Refusing to accept this awful fate, he comforted himself, thinking that since he transmigrated, this old geezer must be some hidden legendary master. Let's see what memories this guy has. This world is called the Kunlun realm, where cultivators rule supreme. The original owner of this body, Ye Junlin, was incredibly talented and had already reached the golden core stage at a very young age. Thanks to his exceptional talent, he was chosen as the peak master of Piaomiao Peak at the Xuantian sect, one of the 6 major sects in the eastern region of Huangzhou. But during a mission to purge evil cultivators, he was ambushed, and his dantian was completely destroyed, leaving him completely powerless and turning him into a useless cripple. For over 10 years, he lived like a zombie, wallowing in despair and shutting himself away on this mountain, completely detached from the world, until he reached the age of 110. Our newly transmigrated guy, now going by Ye Junlin, cried a river after absorbing his predecessor's memories. So in the end, I'm just a regular nobody? And based on his age, aren't I about to drop dead at any second? I just got here. Suddenly, an idea flashed through Junlin's mind. Wait. With my years of experience reading web novels since I transmigrated, there absolutely must be a system. I still have a chance. With that, Junlin slammed his cane into the ground, pointed to the sky, and yelled at the top of his lungs, "System, your daddy is here. Show yourself already." But only silence answered him. "Are you playing hide and seek with me? Come on, stop messing around." Junlin snapped impatiently. Realizing the tough guy act wasn't working, Junlin quickly put on a pitiful face and begged, "System bro, I'm sorry. I was just kidding earlier. Please, just say something." Wait, maybe it's not a system. What if I got the grandpa in a ring trope? Junlin quickly fumbled around his pockets, and sure enough, he found a ring. "Yao Lao, are you in there? Come on, old man, stop faking it. I know you're hiding inside." When there was still no response, Junlin threw the ring away in frustration and started cursing at the sky. Right then, a system panel finally popped up. System, scanning, host's foul language has exceeded acceptable limits. Passive activation initiated. System, please refrain from swearing, host, and remain civilized. System, you finally showed up. I was starting to think I got sent to a world with no cheat codes. System, apologies. I fell into a deep sleep and have only just woken up. System, to compensate the host, a starter gift pack has been granted. Would you like to open it? Junlin couldn't wait and immediately agreed to open it. System, congratulations. Host has received the special ability. The stronger the foe, the stronger I grow. System, whenever you face an opponent with a higher cultivation realm than yours, you will immediately and permanently gain a cultivation level that is 1 realm higher than theirs. System, and there are absolutely 0 side effects. Oh my god, seriously? So for example, if I'm just a mortal and I pick a fight with an immortal, what happens? System, this system does not lie. Feel free to try it out. I guarantee you won't have any problems. If that's true, doesn't that make me invincible? I'll always be 1 step ahead of whoever I face. Just as Junlin was celebrating, the system dropped a bombshell. System, a friendly reminder. You have exactly 1 hour left before your life ends. No way. I'm about to kick the bucket already. I need to get down this mountain right now, find someone, and pick a fight so I can get some cultivation to save my life. Half an hour later, Junlin was hobbling down the mountain, grumbling the entire way. Great. Did you mean my remaining lifespan only counted if I stayed put on the mountain? You're going to be the death of me. System, friendly reminder. Host has 35 minutes remaining. Stop nagging me, you're stressing me out. How are my old bones supposed to move any faster? Just then, Junlin spotted dark, lightning-filled storm clouds completely blanketing the sky over the next mountain peak. Meanwhile, right beneath those swirling storm clouds, a tense standoff was unfolding between the Xuantian sect and the Demon King's army. Shu Yunian, the sect master of the Xuantian sect, stood at the head of his disciples and barked furiously. How audacious! What foul beast dares to stir up trouble for our Xuantian sect? Spreading his massive wings, the Demon King smirked arrogantly and replied, "You hypocritical scum of the Xuantian sect, I bet you never expected me to still be alive. Today, I will personally wipe every single one of you off the face of this earth." With that, Shu Yunian and his disciples charged forward, ready to fight to the death against the Demon King's forces. A vast distance away, Junlin was desperately hobbling toward the battlefield. Hey, someone come hit me, punch me, quickly. But of course, those guys were far too busy tearing each other apart to hear the faint cries of an old geezer from so far away. System. A friendly reminder. Host has exactly 20 minutes of lifespan remaining. Please take emergency measures immediately. No way. Am I seriously going to the afterlife this fast? They're too far away. They can't hear me at all. I'll never make it down the mountain in time. Looks like I have no choice but to use my last resort. With that, Junlin spun around and headed straight back to the mountain peak. Back at the battle, the massive gap in cultivation quickly gave the Demon King an overwhelming advantage. With just a single strike, half of the Swantian sect was wiped out, while the survivors were left severely wounded and barely holding on. There was nothing they could do. The gap between the Golden Core stage and the Nascent Soul stage was simply too massive. Mwahaha, is there anyone else who wants to try and stop me? Just sit tight and wait for your coffin. Right as the Demon King was gloating, a voice suddenly echoed from the opposite mountain. Hey, you dumb bird, get your butt over here. Don't look around, I'm talking to you. Is that old man tired of living? How dare he insult the Demon King like that? Meanwhile, holding a megaphone, Junlin wasn't scared at all. Instead, he yelled even louder. You dumb bird, if you've got a problem, come over here and fight me. Yours truly is waiting right here. If you don't have the guts to come over, then you're my son. Luckily, Junlin remembered just in time that in the old man's memories, there was a megaphone stored in the house, which could be activated with just a spirit stone. Otherwise, by the time he actually reached the battlefield, he would have been long gone. Shu Yunian finally noticed Junlin's presence and was completely shocked. That's junior brother Ye. Standing right behind him, Su Tianshu, the peak master of Tianshang Peak from the Shuantian sect, was equally shocked. Oh my god, is that the once legendary peak master of Piao Miao Peak? Zhao Deju, the peak master of Kengjian Peak, chimed in. He withdrew from the world decades ago. Why is he suddenly showing up here? Shu Yunian speculated. He probably wants to help out. But unfortunately, he was ambushed back then, and his cultivation was completely destroyed, leaving him a cripple. By now, the Demon King had also recognized Ye Junlin. So, it's just that useless old cripple from decades ago? For Ye Junlin to dare mock the Green Rock King, didn't he have a death wish? Hey punk, I don't even need any cultivation to crush you and turn you into roasted quail. If you've got the guts, come get some. As Junlin threw out his provocations, the system chimed in. Friendly reminder. The host has only 10 seconds left before dropping dead on the spot. Why is this dumb bird still rambling on? Why is he talking so much trash? If he doesn't hit me, I'm going to die. While Junlin was panicking on the inside, the Demon King finally unleashed a palm strike right before his lifespan ran out. System scan detected the host is under attack by an early Nascent Soul stage enemy. Activating passive effect. The stronger the foe, the stronger you become. Obtained mid-Nascent Soul stage cultivation. Following the announcement, the old man version of Junlin vanished, replaced by a devastatingly handsome young man with dashing silver hair. With just one hand, he reached up and blocked the Demon King's massive palm strike, triggering an earth-shattering explosion. Is this the power of the Nascent Soul stage? As expected of the human realm's top-tier combat power, it really is terrifying. Junlin smiled and asked, Are you in the Nascent Soul stage too? The Demon King stammered, thinking to himself, His cultivation is actually even higher than mine. Meanwhile, everyone from the Swantian sect was utterly stunned. How is this possible? Junior brother Ye is actually a Nascent Soul powerhouse. It turns out his years of being a slacker were just a cover to throw everyone off. On the outside, he acted like an ordinary mortal, but in secret, he had already broken through to the Nascent Soul stage. Junior brother Ye, you're such a sneaky liar. The Nascent Soul stage. There are barely a handful of them in the entire desolate province, and to think one of them is right here in our Shuantian sect. By now, the Demon King was absolutely terrified. Fellow Taoist, what just happened was completely a misunderstanding. I've decided to settle all conflicts with your esteemed sect. I will surely drop by to pay my respects when I have the time. You destroyed the foundation of the Shuantian sect and slaughtered countless of our disciples. And now you have the nerve to call it a misunderstanding? How about I wipe out your entire clan and slaughter your whole sect, and then tell you it was all just an accidental misunderstanding? Does that sound right to you? While Junlin was interrogating the Demon King, the system chimed in. Congratulations to the host for obtaining cultivation for the first time. You have received a random divine ability reward. Great desolate heaven imprisoning finger. Finding himself in a corner, the Demon King tried to negotiate further. Your cultivation might be slightly higher than mine, but the gap isn't that wide. Do you really want to fight to the death? If others don't cross me, I won't cross them. But if someone crosses me, I will have my revenge. Besides, a monster like you has slaughtered countless humans. You deserve nothing but death. Realizing he couldn't change Junlin's mind, the Demon King let his power explode, resolving to burn his inner core just to drag Junlin down to hell with him. However, with just a single strike of the great desolate heaven imprisoning finger, Junlin instantly vaporized the Demon King. Seeing this, his remaining clansmen didn't even have a chance to flee before Junlin swiftly wiped them out. With everything settled, he walked over to Shu Union and said, "Those filthy birds won't be troubling the Zhuantian sect anymore." Shu Union cupped his hands and said gratefully, "Junior brother Ye, we really owe you one this time. I must apologize. Before, I thought your cultivation was completely ruined and you had hit rock bottom, but I never imagined you'd broken through to the nascent soul stage." "What are you saying?" Su Tianshui chuckled. "With an aura like junior brother Ye's, how could he possibly have hit rock bottom?" Zhao Deju agreed. "Exactly. Junior brother Ye is just humble by nature, which is why he kept a low profile while secretly protecting our sect." Hearing this, Ye Junlin let out a sigh of relief. This guy was actually great at overthinking. But hey, that worked out perfectly, saving him the headache of trying to explain. Just then, a disciple from the Zhuantian sect came running in, carrying a severely injured senior brother. "Sect Master, disaster has struck. The Fenglei sect has suddenly invaded and seized our spirit veins and resource mines. All of our guarding disciples have been brutally murdered." Upon hearing the news, Shu Yunian was utterly shocked. How could they do something so outrageous? Those Fenglei sect bastards usually pretend to be on great terms with us. How dare they pull off something so bold and shameless this time? Without our spiritual veins to cultivate, they might as well be cutting off our path to immortality and pushing us straight to our graves. "Junior brother Yi, I plan to lead the disciples to reclaim our resources. Are you willing to join us?" Stopping there, Shu Yunian trailed off, his eyes scanning Ye Junlin's reaction. The Fenglei sect was one of the 6 major sects in Huangzhou. While there had been plenty of conflicts in the past, they always kept things under control. For them to invade now, they were clearly riding the coattails of the Demon Clan to strike us. Talk about a dirty, low-down move. As these thoughts raced through Ye Junlin's mind, a system notification popped up to activate a sign-in mission. Please complete your sign-in at the Fenglei sect to receive an unimaginably massive reward. Another quest? Well, since my cultivation scales up against stronger opponents anyway, I might as well head straight to their territory and use them for target practice. With that in mind, Ye Junlin looked at Shu Yunian and said, "You guys do whatever you need to do here. As for me, I'm going straight to wipe out the Fenglei sect." The moment those words left his mouth, Ye Junlin soared into the sky, leaving the members of the Zhuantian sect completely speechless and in awe. How many years has it been since the Zhuantian sect was this powerful? "Sect Master, have we ever been this dominant? With Peak Master Ye on our side, we can easily become the #1 power among the 6 major sects of Huangzhou." Meanwhile, over at the Fenglei sect, their disciples were throwing a wild celebration after pulling off their dirty tricks against the Zhuantian sect. "I can't believe everything went so smoothly. After baiting the Demon King into attacking the Zhuantian sect, we easily seized all of their spiritual veins. With this, we'll definitely rise to become the #1 sect in Huangzhou. But is there a chance that Demon King might target us next? What is there to be afraid of? Today, our Fenglei sect invited a heavy hitter from the Yuhua sect. With him here, nothing can possibly go wrong." Up on the main platform, Chen Wanhai, the sect master of the Fenglei sect, beamed with joy and asked, "Elder Mu, I heard that my son, Chen Xiao, has been performing exceptionally well at the Yuhua sect, and that a certain venerable even took him in as a personal disciple. Is this really true?" Elder Mu replied, "Sect Master Chen, I rushed all the way here from Qingzhou precisely because of this. Your son caught the eye of Venerable Zhu Yang, who has already passed down supreme Taoist techniques to him. His future will undoubtedly be limitless. Incredible. That means my son actually has a real shot at becoming an immortal." Just then, Elder Mu pulled out a small box and handed it to Chen Wanhai. "This is a top-grade Nascent Soul pill. Your son asked me to personally deliver it to you, Sect Master." Seeing this, the surrounding disciples quickly began to brown nose. Congratulations, Sect Master. With this pill, you'll definitely break through and become a nascent soul cultivator. Haha, my boy is so thoughtful. Today is truly a double blessing. Oh, by the way, Elder Mu, what about that Demon King? Understanding his concern, Elder Mu replied, "No need to worry. I will take care of that creature for you." That's fantastic. I've troubled you greatly. If you hadn't pointed out the Demon King's true cultivation realm this time, Elder Mu, our Fenglay sect would have completely missed the perfect chance to seize all those resources from the Swantian sect. Just as Chen Wanhai finished speaking, Ye Junlin shattered their grand defensive barrier and walked straight into the main hall. Who goes there? Do you have a death wish? How dare you barge into the grand hall of my Fenglai sect? Chen Wanhai roared in anger. Ye Junlin smirked and replied, "The name's Ye Junlin, and I'm here to wipe your entire Fenglai sect off the face of the earth." Right at that moment, the system chimed in. "Congratulations on signing in at the Fenglai sect. The host has successfully received the Human King's Great Void Concealment Art." The terrifying aura, radiating from Ye Junlin, instantly struck fear deep into the hearts of the Fenglai sect members. The Nascent Soul Realm. This guy is actually a nascent soul cultivator. How on earth did our Fenglai sect offend someone of this caliber? Thinking to himself, Chen Wanhai cautiously asked, "Fellow Taoist, may I ask what brings you to our Fenglai sect? Why are you playing dumb? Did you not hear my name clearly? I am the Peak Master of Piao Miao Peak from the Swantian sect, Ye Junlin. You scum conspired with the Demon King to invade our Swantian sect's territory. Your crimes are absolutely unforgivable. As of today, the Fenglai sect will cease to exist." Ye Junlin? So it's you. Weren't you ambushed and stripped of all your cultivation? How could you possibly be a nascent soul cultivator? Chen Wanhai blurted out in utter disbelief, his mind racing. Moreover, the fact that he's here means the Qingbang Demon King has already been taken down. Those annoying Zwantian sect bastards. They hid their strength incredibly deep. Fortunately, Elder Mu is with us. Even if this guy is in the nascent soul realm, going up against Elder Mu is like throwing an egg at a rock. Elder Mu, what do you think? And Elder Mu certainly didn't disappoint Chen Wanhai. Receiving the silent plea for help, he immediately threatened, "Ye Junlin, kid, drop to your knees and cripple both of your arms right now. Do it before this old man changes his mind, and I might just spare your miserable life." Ye Junlin casually picked his ear and replied, "Hey, you old fossil. Who the hell do you think you are to demand respect from me? How arrogant." With those words, Elder Mu unleashed the power of the deity transformation realm, leaving the members of the Wind Thunder sect in absolute awe. This pressure is absolutely terrifying. With a deity transformation master here, that Ye Junlin from the Xuan Tian sect is as good as dead. Relying on his powerful backer, Chen Wanhai didn't hesitate to run his mouth. "Ye Junlin, we failed to take your life back then, but today, you won't escape. Once you are dead, the Xuan Tian sect will have no one to rely on. Won't it be easy for me to just take it over? On your knees, now, beg Elder Mu for mercy, and maybe you'll get to keep a whole corpse. Deity transformation, huh? Fine. Very fine." Meanwhile, Shu Yunian was taking down the Wind Thunder sect thugs at the Xuan Tian sect's spirit vein, fighting for survival. Desperate to save his own skin, a Wind Thunder sect disciple tried to threaten them by bringing up the Yuhua sect elder, who is currently staying at their sect. Heh, do you really think that without the backing of the Yuhua sect, we would dare to openly invade your Xuan Tian sect along with those beasts? The elder came to our Wind Thunder sect this time because our young sect master joined the Yuhua sect in Qingzhou years ago. Thanks to his outstanding talent and successful cultivation, he is highly valued by the Yuhua sect. Even though I don't know how you dealt with that beast, I suggest you stop right now. That way, maybe we'll let you live to work like dogs for our Wind Thunder sect in the future." With a single slash, Shu Yunian absolutely obliterated the Wind Thunder sect disciple, then ordered everyone to rush to the Wind Thunder sect to save Peak Master Ye. "Maybe Peak Master Ye can deal with the Yuhua sect," Su Qianshui suggested, but Zhao Deju immediately shot her down. "No way. A Yuhua sect elder is at least a deity transformation cultivator. A nascent soul in front of him is like an egg hitting a rock. Even if it costs me my life, I will beg the Yuhua sect to spare Peak Master Ye. He is the only hope for our Xuan Tian sect." Shu Yunian gritted his teeth and silently prayed in his heart, "Junior brother, please, don't do anything foolish." Back at the main hall of the Wind Thunder sect, seeing the smile on Ye Junlin's face, the members of the Wind Thunder sect could only mock him. he's about to die, yet he's still smiling. This brat must have been scared out of his mind by Elder Mu's deity transformation realm power. With his weak cultivation, he probably isn't even fit to carry Elder Mu's shoes. Elder Mu sneered disdainfully. A mere cultivator from a backwater town in Huangzhou like you dares to act so arrogant in front of me? Your Xuantian sect is nothing but an anthill. To the Yuhua sect, it's just dust to be wiped away at any moment, and you are just a piece of trash, not even worth mentioning. However, since you've angered me, even if you get on your knees and beg for forgiveness right now, I will still wipe your Xuantian sect off the face of the earth. Then bring it on. Hurry up and try to destroy me. Stop wasting your breath. What the hell is a deity transformation realm anyway? If you've got the balls, let's settle this one-on-one. Whoever runs is a coward. Enraged by Junlin's provocation, Elder Mu immediately unleashed a powerful palm strike. Instantly, Junlin's system chimed. Warning. Host is under attack by an enemy at the late stage of the deity transformation realm. Activating passive effect. The stronger the foe, the stronger the host. Granting peak deity transformation realm cultivation. Armed with his new power, Junlin neutralized Elder Mu's attack with a simple wave of his hand, leaving the old man utterly stunned. How? How can you be at the deity transformation realm? Chen Wanhai's jaw dropped in sheer disbelief. How is this possible? A tiny, insignificant place like the Xuantian sect actually has a deity transformation realm master protecting it? The Xuantian sect is truly terrifying. To think they were hiding a trump card like this. How could an impoverished place like Huangzhou have someone who cultivated to the deity transformation realm, and at the peak stage no less? In this desolate region of Huangzhou, a nascent soul cultivator is already enough to be a founding patriarch, capable of sustaining a sect for 1,000 years. A deity transformation realm cultivator has never existed here before. On top of that, this brat is so young. How could he have reached this realm? Terrified, Chen Wanhai turned to Elder Mu and asked, Elder Mu, what do we do now? You have to save the Wind Thunder sect. What are you panicking for? Don't forget that this old man comes from the Yuhua sect in Qingzhou. The immortal techniques I possess are far beyond anything he could ever imagine. Hearing this, Junlin chuckled and said, Old man, do you really think your techniques are superior to mine? Ridiculous. The techniques of a tiny sect like yours are like heaven and earth compared to our Yuhua sect. Let me open your eyes and show you the ultimate power of an earth-grade divine ability. With that, Elder Mu unleashed the Taiyi green wood palm, striking at Junlin and once again leaving the Wind Thunder sect members in awe. As expected of the Yuhua sect, their very first move is an earth-grade technique. Elder Mu said with smug confidence, Brat, being able to die by my hands is an honor for a low-class cultivator like you. Just a parlor trick, and you dare to show it off in front of me? As soon as he finished speaking, Junlin used the Human Emperor seal, instantly vaporizing Elder Mu's Taiyi green wood palm into nothingness. Seeing Junlin summon the seal, radiating absolute dominance over heaven and earth as he prepared to strike, Elder Mu desperately tried to threaten him with the Yuhua sect, only to end up dead under Junlin's hands. With his backer gone, Chen Wanhai was terrified, dropping to his knees and desperately begging for his life. He kowtowed and begged for mercy. Ye Junlin, this is all a misunderstanding. Our Wind Thunder sect is willing to submit. We'll serve you as your loyal servants. Seeing this, the other disciples also kowtowed. Yes, yes, we're all willing to follow Ye Junlin and do whatever you command. You think you're worthy of being my dogs? It was the same old trick. Since Chen Wanhai couldn't get what he wanted by begging, he switched to threats. Ye Junlin, my son Chen Xiao has the potential to become an immortal. He's even been taken in as a personal disciple by a venerable of the Yuhua Gate. Do you really want to make an enemy of us? Don't ruin your own future. Hearing this, Ye Junlin smiled even wider. This was exactly what he wanted. Like I've always said, if you cross me, I will make you pay. This time, your Wind Thunder sect was the one that provoked our Xuantian sect first. I said you won't survive today, and I keep my word. With that, Ye Junlin unleashed a single palm strike, turning the entire Wind Thunder sect into ashes. Before drawing his last breath, Chen Wanhai spat out, My son will avenge this bloody humiliation. He will pay you back 1,000, 10,000 times over. Well then, I'll be waiting for your genius son to come deliver some free experience points. With everything settled, Ye Junlin was heading back when the people from the Xuantian sect arrived. Thank goodness, junior brother Ye Junlin is still here. Shu Yunyan grabbed Ye Junlin's hand and said anxiously, Consider yourself lucky. I heard an elder from the Yuhua gate was coming. He must have missed you, which is how you managed to escape by a hair. We can still leave now before it's too late. Ye Junlin brushed his hand off and smiled. You mean that elder? I've already taken care of him. What? You killed an elder of the Yuhua gate? Wasn't he a cultivator in the divine transformation realm? Su Tianshui smiled and said, See, I told you. Peak Master Ye Junlin is incredibly powerful. He is more than capable of handling this himself. Shu Yunian still found it hard to believe. How is that even possible? Ye Junlin actually defeated someone in the divine transformation realm. Ye Junlin patted Shu Yunian on the shoulder. To be honest, I'm also in the divine transformation realm. No more talking. Let's go raid the Wind Thunder sect and gather their resources. Just then, Zhao Deju stepped forward to report that he had found a nascent soul pill. This was the exact pill Chen Xiao had asked Elder Mu to deliver to Chen Wanhai. Sect Master, you should use this nascent soul pill. Once you break through to the nascent soul realm, our Xuantian sect will become a bit stronger. Ye Junlin said generously. Right at that moment, his system chimed in. A potential disciple has been detected within a 100-mile radius. The target is suspected to be a true immortal-level demonic cult leader. Does the host wish to recruit them as a disciple? Completion will grant an unimaginably massive reward. Awesome. Another quest. And it's to recruit a disciple. The other party is a true immortal-level demonic cult leader. If I use my cheat system to recruit him, won't I just instantly ascend to immortality? At that point, I'll be completely invincible in the Desolate Province, and even the Azure Province. Just then, Su Tianshui spoke up with a look of worry. Even though we wiped out the Wind Thunder sect, thanks to Ye Junlin, we've completely offended the Yuhua gate. Will the Eastern Domain and our Xuantian sect have anywhere left to hide? Shu Yunian sighed deeply. You're right. The Yuhua gate is incredibly powerful. They aren't an opponent our Xuantian sect can stand against. Ye Junlin, you have incredible talent. You can't let your future be ruined here. You should leave the Eastern Domain. If the Yuhua gate comes to hold us accountable, the rest of us will make the ultimate sacrifice. As long as you survive, the Xuantian sect still has a future. To his surprise, Shu Yunian's words were met with agreement from both Su Tianshui and Zhao Deju. The sect master is right. Yes, Ye Junlin is an outstanding genius. It would be a tragedy if he died here. It wasn't just them, even the regular disciples of the Xuantian sect were willing to lay down their lives to protect Ye Junlin. That's right. Ye Junlin will carry our hopes and pave a brand new path for us. Let the name of the Xuantian sect echo across the world once more. We will stand our ground here, and we won't back down until our very last breath. Ye Junlin, you can go and show the world what you're made of without any worries. Hearing this, Ye Junlin couldn't help but feel deeply moved. This sect's sense of unity was truly incredible. Smiling to himself, Ye Junlin replied, Thank you all for believing in me, but don't worry, if I dared to do this, then I've already fully prepared for the consequences. Leave the rest to me, I'll handle everything smoothly. I'll leave things here to the sect master. Take your time cleaning up. I have some important business to take care of, so I'll head out first. With that, Ye Junlin quickly set off to find his new disciple. Meanwhile, in the Zixu bamboo forest, a heavily injured Hong Qianye was being chased by a creepy old pervert. My beauty, don't run. Let this Taoist master show you a good time. Hong Qianye snapped in rage. Screw off. How many times do I have to tell you? I'm a man. A real man. The old man didn't believe him at all. How could such a gorgeous girl be a man? Stop lying to me. Talk about a fallen tiger getting bullied by a stray dog. To think that I, the supreme leader of a demonic cult, once shook the entire central domain. The blazing demonic cult was founded with true immortal power, ruling over 100,000 nations with billions of worshippers. Who could have guessed that my enemies would join forces with multiple sacred lands to launch a massive crusade against my blazing demonic cult? I had to burn through all my origin energy just to break out of their encirclement and escape into this barren wasteland. Who would have thought I'd end up in such a pathetic state? While Hong Tianye was crying inside, that old creep tried to use his Wu Ding treasure and late golden core cultivation to lock him down, but his attack was completely shattered by Hong Tianye's crimson flame shield. How could someone only at the foundation establishment stage resist him? The old man wondered if this kid was some genius disciple from a major sect out on a leisurely stroll. The old man was shocked at first, but he quickly switched to hidden weapons and successfully pinned Hong Tianye down. Seeing the old creep approaching, Hong Tianye couldn't take it anymore. He ripped open his shirt to show off his shredded chest, desperately trying to prove he was actually a man. The old man was stunned for a second, but instead of backing off, he realized he didn't mind swinging that way at all. This drove Hong Tianye completely insane. He immediately burned his entire inner core, unleashing a devastating palm strike that obliterated the old creep on the spot. Seriously, talk about terrible luck. My inner core is practically shattered. I need to find a safe place to recover my strength and figure out my next move. Just as Hong Tianye was about to leave, a voice echoed, "That pervert deserved to die. You really are no ordinary cultivator." "Who's there?" Hong Tianye barked, scanning his surroundings warily as another old man stepped out from the shadows. "Calm down, young friend. I was just passing by," the old man said. "I'm not with that perverted old creep. And don't worry, I play for the regular team, so you're completely safe." Hearing this, Hong Tianye let his guard down slightly, cupping his hands. "Good to know. In that case, fellow Taoist, until we meet again, farewell." But right then, the old man suddenly closed the distance. "Actually, compared to that last guy, I'm way more interested in the secrets you're hiding. Let me search your mind and see how someone like you possesses such powerful divine abilities." Hong Tianye was totally helpless, like a fish on a chopping board, but just as he was about to kick the bucket, Junlin made his grand entrance. Appearing like a god, Junlin obliterated the old man with a single palm strike, sending him straight to the afterlife. After dealing with the threat, Junlin turned his gaze to Hong Tianye, asking in disappointment, "Hey, system, you told me this guy was a demonic cult leader or some true immortal? This is just a weakling at the Foundation establishment stage. Are you kidding me?" The system does not lie to the host. He truly was a true immortal and the leader of a demonic cult. But his cultivation has drastically fallen, activating the Eye of Insight for the host. Name, Hong Tianye. Gender, male. Talent, immortal grade. Spiritual root. Fire attribute. Status, injured. Former identity, leader of the sacred fire cult, a tribulation. Transcending cultivator who ascended to the true immortal realm. Current cultivation, early Foundation establishment. Damn, it's actually true. But wait, this guy is a dude? Junlin stared at Hong Tianye, sizing him up. Look at that smooth, flawless skin, those delicate features, and that flowing long hair. Most girls would literally die of jealousy looking at him. Talk about unfair. Anyone would mistake him for a girl. Even though he's only at the Foundation establishment stage right now, with his insane talent and past experience, getting back to his peak will be a breeze. Recruiting him as my disciple is definitely a steal. With that in mind, Junlin smiled and said, "I see greatness in you. You are a rare, once-in-a-lifetime cultivation genius. Starting today, I have decided to take you as my disciple. What do you say?" "What? You take me as your disciple?" Hong Tianye asked in disbelief, thinking to himself, "Is this guy after the secrets I'm hiding too? Indeed, my treasures and opportunities are things a mere soul formation cultivator in this backwater wasteland could never even dream of. Back in my glory days, someone with his cultivation level wouldn't even qualify to be an outer disciple of my sacred fire cult. A mere soul formation cultivator thinks he can be my master? In your dreams." Junlin narrowed his eyes. "What's wrong? From the look on your face, it seems you're not exactly thrilled about becoming my disciple." Hong Tianye shuddered when he caught Junlin's dangerous glare. "Even though he's not worthy of being my master, my current power is way too weak to fight back. As long as there's life, there's hope. Once I regain my strength, I'll turn the tables on him. Besides, it's just an act anyway. I'll just play along for now." Realizing this, Hong Tianye instantly dropped to his knees. "Your disciple, Hong Tianye, pays respects to Master. To be accepted under Master's wing is the greatest honor of my entire life." At the same time, he silently swore to himself, "One day, I will pay you back for this humiliation. Just you wait." Junlin let out a sigh and said, "Good disciple, rise. From now on, your master shall call you Little Hong." Hearing the name Little Hong, veins practically popped on Hong Tianye's forehead from sheer rage, but he forced a smile and held it in. "Yes, master." Junlin chuckled inwardly. This kid's fake acting is so obvious. But whatever. My strength scales with my opponents anyway, so why would I care if he betrays me? The system announced, "Congratulations, host, on completing the disciple recruitment quest. Reward, Divine Ability Technique, Automatic Cultivation Mode. Congratulations, host, on receiving the Heaven Burial Coffin, which contains 108 seals that will gradually unlock as your realm rises. Currently at grade 3 spiritual weapon level, the Heaven Burial Coffin, it can bury the heavens, and it can bury the earth. It can bury anything, absolutely everything. It can even refine any living creature. In its later stages, it can even bury the heavens and all of creation. Junlin thought in amazement, "Oh, automatic cultivation? Doesn't that mean I can just lie back and relax and still get stronger?" If I remember correctly, cultivation techniques and divine abilities progress through several stages: beginner, minor mastery, major mastery, perfection, and transcendence. With each stage, the power and effectiveness can increase by 10 or even 100 times. This treasure rewarded by the system actually claims to be strong enough to bury the heavenly Tao itself. I'm really starting to look forward to seeing what kind of terrifying power this heaven-burying coffin will unleash once my cultivation level rises. System announcement. Host's disciple's talent has been detected. The system is providing a free upgrade package. Reward: the Fire Attribute Technique, the 3000 Blazing Flame Scripture. Reward: Fire Origin Pill, used to repair the fire spiritual root and rebuild a supreme foundation. The mission rewards have been distributed. Host: are you satisfied? Junlin chuckled to himself. Now this is the kind of respect a system should show a Huaxia transmigrator. Haha. He then turned to look at Hong Tianye, who was fuming nearby, and thought, let's see just how arrogant this newly recruited disciple of mine will be with his extraordinary talent. Junlin then spoke up. Little Hong, you can't just mope around looking so angry all the time. Do you think I'm not worthy of being your master? Hong Tianye replied anxiously. Master, you've misunderstood. No matter what, this is just my normal face. He sneered inwardly. Ha, a mere soul transformation cultivator putting on airs? And you want to teach me how to behave? Junlin pulled out a manual and said, it seems if I don't show you a little of my power, you won't accept me. This cultivation manual is your apprenticeship gift. Study it well. Thank you, master. With that, Hong Tianye took the manual, but inwardly, he was filled with disdain. Haha, let me see what kind of trashy manual a soul transformation cultivator from this barren wasteland can possibly produce to fool me. The 3000 Blazing Flame Scripture? What? Such a pathetic technique actually has the nerve to use such a boastful name. As he spoke, Hong Tianye flipped open the manual to take a look. Before long, his face was filled with absolute terror. His eyes widened as he stared at the manual, screaming in his mind. This is impossible. The chaotic raging fire art that once helped me attain immortality, which was the absolute top-tier fire attribute technique in the central region, is nothing but pure garbage compared to this 3000 Blazing Flame Scripture. This 3000 Blazing Flame Scripture completely shatters everything I thought I knew about fire attribute techniques. It is easily at the immortal grade, maybe even the legendary saint grade. In the cultivation world, all techniques are divided into specific grades, namely, mortal, spirit, mystic, earth, heaven, sovereign, immortal, and saint. With the help of this technique, my strength will grow beyond imagination, and just returning to the true immortal realm won't satisfy me anymore. Seeing Hong Tianye's expression, Junlin smiled and asked, judging by your expression, you must be very satisfied with the technique I've given you, right? Hong Tianye forced a smile and replied, thank you for the technique, master. Your disciple has already benefited immensely from it. Inwardly, he thought, just how lucky is this guy to have stumbled upon such a miraculous opportunity in a barren wasteland like this? Right at that moment, Junlin pulled out another item and said, since you've grasped the technique, I'll give you an elixir to help you along. Catching a clear view of the pill in Junlin's hand, Hong Tianye gasped, this is a fire origin pill. You're giving this to me too? He quickly took the fire origin pill, thinking to himself, for cultivators who specialize in fire attribute techniques, a fire origin pill is practically a divine elixir sent from heaven. Its boosting effects are immense, and it's so precious that even immortals would literally fight to the death over it. How could a mere soul transformation cultivator get his hands on these two things? Even during my peak, I didn't have the power to obtain them. Junlin suddenly asked, Little Hong, could it be that you have doubts about the gifts your master has given you? Startled, Hong Tianye quickly forced his expression back to normal, cupped his hands, and bowed deeply, saying respectfully, Master, absolutely not. Meeting you and being accepted as your disciple is the greatest fortune of my 3 lifetimes. Inwardly, he thought, this guy probably doesn't even realize how incredibly rare this manual and pill are. He must have stumbled upon them in some ancient ruins. I need to calm down. Junlin laughed in his head. What on earth is going on inside this demon sect leader's head? His face keeps changing expressions. It's actually pretty hilarious. Showing no emotion on his face, he simply nodded and said, take the pill now. I will personally guard you while you cultivate. Yes, thank you, master. With that, Hong Tianye popped the fire origin pill into his mouth and immediately sat cross-legged to begin. He circulated his energy. Half an hour later, Junlin stood to the side and muttered, Foundation Establishment Stage. Mid-stage, late stage, peak, perfection, golden core, and early stage nascent soul. This guy really is a reincarnated true immortal. To break through from foundation establishment to nascent soul in just half an hour, not bad at all. He is excellent disciple material. Right at that moment, Hong Tianye suddenly opened his eyes and let out a long roar. He thought to himself in absolute delight, this is incredible. I can't believe breaking through realms could be this fast. Once I return to the central region, I will definitely avenge my past humiliation. Then, remembering that Junlin was still there, he coughed twice and said, I've disturbed you, master. This disciple has been disrespectful. Junlin replied, It's fine. Follow me back to the sect, and I'll introduce you to your martial uncles. Late that afternoon, outside the main hall of Xuantian sect, the disciples were gossiping. Peak Master Ye is incredibly powerful. With just one finger, he wiped out a nascent soul cultivator. He has saved our Xuantian sect from total annihilation time and time again. It's such a pity that I was blind back then and missed the chance to join Piao Miao Peak. Otherwise, I would have been his disciple by now. With Peak Master Ye's level of strength, his standards for recruiting disciples must be incredibly high. I wonder who could possibly catch his eye. Just as the disciples were talking, Junlin touched down, carrying Hong Tianye along with him. Seeing him, the disciples immediately cried out, Look, everyone, Peak Master Yi is back. Wait, who is that gorgeous woman behind him? She is stunning. Where did she come from? And how did she get so close to Peak Master Ye? Meanwhile, Hong Tianye scanned his surroundings and sneered to himself. This cultivation sect is absolute trash. Their cultivation levels are so low, they aren't even worthy of carrying the shoes for my demon sect. Right then, the sect master and several elders rushed out to greet them. Shu Yunian asked, Junior brother Yi, how did your journey go? Junlin placed a hand on Hong Tianye's shoulder and smiled. This is a disciple I picked up along the way. Little Hong, come pay your respects to the sect master. Zhu Yunian gasped in shock. A disciple? Su Tianshui also gasped. Where on earth did Peak Master Yi find such a beautiful girl to be his disciple? Suddenly, Hong Tianye flashed forward like a gust of wind, stopping right in front of Su Tianshui as he snapped, I am a man. At the same time, he unleashed his powerful aura. Terrified, Su Tianshui stumbled back several steps, trembling as she stammered, Nascent Soul. Annoyed, Junlin smacked the back of Hong Tianye's head and scolded, Little Hong, don't be rude. She is my senior sister. Apologize right now. Having no choice, Hong Tianye could only reluctantly cup his hands and say, My apologies. I was out of line. Secretly, he grit his teeth and thought, just endure a bit longer. Once I reach the soul formation stage, I will definitely make you pay for this humiliation. Junlin smiled and said, A teachable kid. Now that introductions are over, I'll take little Hong back to Piao Miao Peak to settle in. Shu Yunian nodded. All right. Go ahead, you two. With that, Junlin and Hong Tianye flew off toward Piao Miao Peak. Watching their departing figures, Shu Yunian muttered to himself, Where on earth did Peak Master Ye manage to recruit a nascent soul stage disciple? He is truly unfathomable. Standing beside him, Su Tianshui let out an amazed sigh. In less than a single day, junior brother Yi has given us so many unbelievable surprises. Meanwhile, Junlin brought Hong Tianye back to Piao Miao Peak and said, Since you are my chief disciple, just pick any spot on this peak. Make yourself at home. After saying that, Junlin pushed the door open and walked inside. Hong Tianye followed him in, only to be greeted by absolute desolation. His lip twitched as he forced out, Thank you, master. Inside, he was screaming, What kind of dump is this? The outer disciple quarters of my sacred fire cult are 100 times more luxurious than this. Am I really supposed to live in a dump like this? Junlin smiled and remarked, Remember, only the weak complain about their environment. The strong quickly learn to adapt. To us cultivators, these are merely worldly distractions. It is a bit dusty, so go ahead and clean it up yourself. With that, He flew off, leaving Hong Tianye to clench his fists in rage, thinking, fine, I will endure. With my current cultivation speed, it won't be long before I turn the tables. Ye Junlin, just you wait. Meanwhile, in the true inheritance hall of the Yuhua sect in Qingzhou, Chen Xiao was kneeling alone before Venerable Zhu Yang. The Venerable was silently staring at a cracked soul tablet in his hand, which bore Elder Mu's name. After a few moments, Chen Xiao spoke up. Master, it is all my fault. I was the one who asked Elder Mu to deliver the pills to my father. Elder Mu's death has me deeply worried. I can't shake the feeling that my father's sect might be in danger, so I want to head to Huangzhou and check on them myself. Only then did Venerable Zhu Yang speak up. Xiaoer, do you know why I took you in as my disciple? Chen Xiao replied, because I possess the solar physique, making me a prime candidate for immortality. Venerable Zhu Yang crushed the soul tablet to dust and said, that is only one of the reasons. The second is that I saw a burning ambition inside you. How could someone who hungers for power as much as you do allow himself to be held back by petty familial affection? The core disciple tournament is just around the corner, so you need to focus on preparing. As long as you defeat, if you can surpass the other personal disciples and claim the top spot, the sect will shower you with resources. Now, that is where the real benefit lies. Tran Q hesitated, but Venerable Kuduang cut him off. No buts, they are just a tiny, insignificant Fong Tuyet sect. I will send someone to Hoang Chao to investigate. Just focus all your energy on securing that top spot for me. Tran Kyo cupped his hands and replied, your disciple understands. I will not disappoint your expectations, master. The next morning, at Fumu Peak of the Huyen Tian sect, Quan Lam was lounging on a chair, soaking up the sun in the yard, when he suddenly called out, Tu Hong, is it ready yet? I cannot wait much longer. Hong Thian Deep brought out a tray of food and said, it is ready, master. I am bringing it to you right now. Inside, he thought, all you do is eat. I really cannot understand how a cultivator in the soul transformation stage could actually crave this kind of mortal food. Yesterday, he lectured me about not complaining about my circumstances, yet today he is lounging around enjoying himself like this. The moment Hong Tian Deep brought the tray over, Quan Lam could not wait any longer. He grabbed 2 skewers of meat and took a big bite. This meat, this perfect level of heat, it is absolutely amazing. So delicious. He thought to himself that the system's secret seasoning for these skewers was truly out of this world. Praising it silently, Quan Lam took another bite, then handed a skewer to Hong Tian Deep and said, here, Tu Hong, have a skewer. Do not be shy. Hong Tian Deep turned his head away in disgust and said, Master, I have already achieved complete fasting, and I lost interest in mortal food a long time ago. Quan Lam frowned, displeased. Are you seriously not going to give your master some face? If cultivating immortality is not for enjoying life like this, then what is the point of working so hard? Forgive me, master. Since you insist, your disciple will have one then. With that, he took the skewer. As he took a bite, he thought to himself, this Diep Quan Lam is truly an oddball in the cultivation world. What could possibly be so good about a cheap meat skewer anyway? But the moment the meat entered his mouth, his eyes widened in utter shock. Overwhelmed with emotion, he thought, this flavor is incredible. I have not felt this happy since I was a kid. Quan Lam was left speechless. What is wrong with you? Why are you crying? Hong Thian Diep did not even bother to answer. He was completely lost in his own emotions, thinking, when I was little, I was always starving, constantly dreaming of having just a single bite of meat. The pure happiness of tasting meat for the first time was simply indescribable. But ever since I stepped onto the path of cultivation, my mind has been focused on nothing but fighting and schemes. Struggling and clawing my way to the peak of the martial path made me completely forget what it feels like to actually live. He is right. If cultivating immortality means throwing away even the simplest joy of eating, then what is the point of it all? At that moment, the aura radiating from his body began to surge rapidly. Seeing this, Quan Lam's eyes nearly popped out of his head. He thought, no way, is he breaking through again? Early stage, mid-stage, late stage, peak, and perfection of the nascent soul stage, and with a single thought, he reaches the soul transformation stage. Holy cow, this guy broke through just by eating a single skewer. His talent is seriously heaven-defying. A moment later, Hong Thian Diep snapped out of his state of enlightenment, only to find Quan Lam standing right in front of him with 2 more skewers of meat. Quan Lam grinned and said, Tu Hong, congratulations on breaking through to the soul transformation stage. As your master, I am truly happy for you. Your cultivation is almost catching up to mine now. Hong Thian Diep narrowed his eyes, staring at Quan Lam as he thought, I did not expect to break through to the soul transformation stage so quickly. Since it has come to this, it is finally time to end this ridiculous master-disciple farce. Back on Fumu Peak of the Huyen Tian sect, Quan Lam comfortably leaned back on his chair and said, Tu Hong, you have eaten the meat, and you have leveled up. Now, come massage my shoulders. Behind him, Hong Thian Deep's blood boiled as he thought, You bastard surnamed Deep, I am now in the soul transformation stage. How dare you still order me around? You are just a meager soul transformation cultivator. Go to hell. At the same time, he reached his hand out, aiming straight for Quan Lam's head. Just as he was about to strike, a disciple suddenly rushed in to deliver a message. Report, Peak Master Deep. The sect master requests your presence in the main hall. He says there is an urgent matter to discuss. Quan Lam sat up in surprise and asked, Oh? It has only been 1 day, and we already have another meeting? Hong Thian Diep quickly pulled his hand back, thinking to himself, what a perfect God-given opportunity. Wasted just like that. But, whatever. Diep Quan Lam is completely full of openings. There will definitely be plenty of opportunities in the future. Paying absolutely no attention to what his disciple was thinking, Quan Lam soared into the air and said, Tio Hong, I will head over first. Your massage technique is super relaxing. When I get back, make sure to massage my legs too. Once Quan Lam was far out of sight, Hong Thian Diep roared in fury. Damn it, do you seriously view me as your personal servant? I should have been more decisive just now, and wiped out this shameless bastard right then and there. Meanwhile, in the discussion hall of the Huyen Tian sect, the atmosphere was incredibly heavy. The disciples whispered anxiously among themselves, What are we going to do? Is heaven really trying to destroy our Huyen Tian sect? Right at that moment, Quan Lam flew down and walked inside. Seeing him, the sect master and the elders all greeted him. Junior Brother Deep, you are here, Peak Master Deep. Quan Lam asked, Everyone, has our sect run into some kind of trouble again? What is all this? Why such a massive setup? Hu Union sighed, Junior Brother, here is the situation. A few years ago, the Wei Kingdom, which is under the protection of our Zhuantian sect, sent an urgent plea for help. They claimed that bizarre and unsettling events were happening all over the country, and citizens everywhere have been losing their lives one after another. Their deaths are extremely bizarre, with all the blood completely drained from their bodies, and this phenomenon is only getting worse in the Wei Kingdom. Some cities with millions of residents have even been turned into horrific scenes, filled with piles of lifeless bodies. I suspected that some evil entity was wreaking havoc, so I sent a group of disciples to investigate. But we have heard absolutely nothing from them since, and not a single one has returned. Just this morning, the Wei Kingdom sent another report, stating that the situation is incredibly critical and has now begun spreading to neighboring countries. If this continues to spread, all of Huangzhou could fall into total chaos. It would deal a devastating blow to our Xuantian sect, making future disciple recruitment almost impossible. Junlin frowned and asked, Is it really that severe? How could it spread so widely without anyone witnessing it or doing anything about it? Su Tiangshui chimed in. Perhaps anyone who saw it is already dead. If this goes on, the Xuantian sect will have no successors and slowly fade into oblivion. Junlin glanced at her and said, Huangzhou is already a barren land for cultivators, where a nascent soul expert is enough to dominate any direction. Furthermore, the Wei Kingdom is on the outskirts of Huangzhou. What kind of problem could there be that the Zhuantian sect cannot solve? Yet, we have not received a single word back. Could there be an even more terrifying power behind all this? The system chimed in. New quest unlocked. Head to the Wei Kingdom to resolve the root cause of the crisis. Upon completing the mission, you will receive unimaginable rewards. Junlin gave a mental thumbs up and praised, System, you really know how to pick the perfect time. The system replied, Not bad, right? Turning to Hu Union, Junlin said, Sect Master, I understand what is on your mind. From what you have described, this phenomenon started in the Wei Kingdom a few years ago, and that is currently where the crisis is most severe. So the root of the problem must be there. I will make a personal trip to investigate. Hu Union was overjoyed. That is wonderful. As expected of you, Junior Brother Ye, always putting the sect first. With you handling this, it will surely be resolved in no time. Then, see you later, just wait for my good news. With that, Junlin did not waste any more words and soared into the sky, leaving the members of the Xuantian sect in awe. Peak Master Ye is truly like a whirlwind. I did not even get to finish my sentence. A moment later, Zhao Dezhu spoke up. Can Peak Master Ye really solve this bizarre mystery? Su Tiangsu glared at him and said, You blockhead, in a small place like Huangzhou, what could possibly challenge a soul transformation cultivator? Hu Yunian agreed, indeed. If even he cannot handle this, then Huangzhou is truly beyond saving. All of you, focus on your cultivation and do not overthink things. Do not let down junior brother Ye's expectations. Everyone shouted in unison, Yes, Sect Master. That afternoon, 2 figures soared across the border of the Wei Kingdom, and one of them was Hong Tianye. Glancing at Junlin flying ahead of him, he thought to himself, after returning from the meeting, why was he so eager to visit a poor nation like the Wei Kingdom? Well, this journey actually gives me a perfect opportunity to deal with him. It did not take long before the two entered the Wei Kingdom. As they flew over Peach Blossom Village, Junlin said, It looks like bandits are raiding that village down there. Let's go check it out. Hong Tianye let out a quiet scoff and muttered, Why do you even care about such trivial matters? Meanwhile, in Peach Blossom Village, the village chief was kneeling on the ground, begging the leader of the Black Wind Bandits. If there is anything you want, please just take it all. I beg of you, do not harm the innocent villagers. Hearing this, the bandit leader grinned wickedly and sneered. Who said we wanted your belongings? What I want is for all of you to die quietly. Trust me, it will save you a lot of pain. Ha ha ha. With those words, the bandit leader kicked the chief away. His eyes turned a blood-red color as he began channeling his cultivation technique. Clear out, everyone! The chief is about to unleash his ultimate technique. The bandits shouted, quickly backing away in coordination. A second later, wisps of vital blood began to escape the villagers' bodies, getting drawn into the bandit leader. Excruciating pain tore through the villagers, causing them to scream, Help us! Mommy, I am scared. Monster, he is a monster. Is there anyone who can save us? I do not want to die. Up on a roof, Hong Tianye frowned and muttered, Oh? This evil technique? Doubt filled his mind as he thought, This technique looks remarkably similar to an enemy from the Central Territory, but that guy already perished when he was cornered by the great sacred lands of the Central Territory. Standing beside him, Junlin noticed his reaction and asked, Do you recognize this technique? Hong Tianye looked over and lied through his teeth. No, I do not know it. I just think it looks incredibly sinister. He thought to himself, If it really is that enemy, we might not make it back from this trip alive. Junlin snapped, Hey, you little brat, what's with that attitude? But seeing that the villagers below were at their breaking point, Junlin put his annoyance aside and leaped down. He placed a hand on the Black Wind Bandit leader's shoulder, smiled, and said, Your feast ends here, buddy. Hands off. The bandit leader gasped in shock, then threw a furious punch at Junlin. Who the hell are you to ruin my fun? You got a death wish? Junlin didn't waste words. He simply extended a finger and completely crushed the man's arm. The bandit leader froze in shock for a brief second, before clutching his ruined arm and screaming in agony. The surrounding bandits panicked, crying out, Shh, Chief! Junlin smiled calmly. Now, don't get so worked up. We can talk this out like civilized people. The bandit leader snapped out of his daze and instantly dropped to his knees, trembling. A deity realm cultivator. Please have mercy. Spare my life. Junlin asked coldly. Tell me, where did you come from? The bandit leader stammered. I was originally a guard in the imperial palace of the Great Way, but because I saw something I shouldn't have, the prince ordered my execution. Not wanting to die for nothing, I risked my life to escape. Junlin pressed, What exactly did you see? And where did you get that evil cultivation art of yours? The bandit leader replied, I often saw the prince acting highly suspicious, constantly sneaking in and out of the back mountain. I didn't dare to pry any further. As for the evil art, a mysterious organization taught it to me while I was on the run. I have absolutely no idea who they actually are. Junlin frowned. They just handed you an evil cultivation art for no apparent reason? The leader replied, They only demanded that I constantly use the technique to devour other people's essence and blood to boost my cultivation. That was their only condition. To survive, I had no choice but to comply. I swear, I don't know anything else. Junlin looked over at Hong Tianye. It looks like there's a massive organization pulling the strings. Their actions might very well be connected to this evil crisis. Little Hong, what do you think? Hong Tianye replied indifferently. No idea. But deep down, Hong Tianye was uneasy. This method of teaching was far too similar to him. Could that man really still be alive? But why would he show up in the barren state of all places? If this evil crisis is truly his doing, Ye Junlin, who is only in the deity realm, won't stand a chance against him. This great way will surely be Ye Junlin's final resting place. Meanwhile, Junlin placed his hand directly on the bandit leader's head to perform a soul search. Let's see what else you're hiding from me. A moment later, the bandit leader's eyes rolled back, and he collapsed lifelessly to the ground. Junlin spoke up. He wasn't lying, but I did find some highly alarming news. We need to head to the Great Way Imperial Palace immediately. Hearing this, Hong Tianye indifferently turned toward the remaining bandits and snapped his fingers. Instantly, a sea of fire erupted, devouring them all in a flash. Both Junlin and the villagers stared at Hong Tianye in absolute shock. Noticing their stares, Hong Tianye asked, "Master, did your disciple do something wrong? Don't these bandits deserve to be put in coffins?" Deep down, he scoffed, "I've been holding back my frustration for so long. It feels good to finally kill some scum and vent." Junlin cleared his throat, giving him a thumbs up. "Actually, you did great. Excellent job." The villagers also burst into applause. "The immortals have vanquished evil and saved us. You've delivered justice on behalf of heaven. Our Peach Blossom village will be eternally grateful to both high immortals for generations to come." Meanwhile, inside the Great Way Imperial Palace, a court meeting was underway. Seated on his dragon throne, the Emperor of Great Way sighed heavily. "Our population has plummeted by 30% over the past few years. If this continues, my empire will soon be completely destroyed by that evil entity. I only hope the immortal masters of the Xuantian sect can help our kingdom overcome this catastrophe." The civil and military officials below remained dead, silent, not a single soul daring to speak up. Right at that moment, a little princess came rushing into the hall, shouting, "Father, father, I saw 2 immortals flying this way." Hearing this, the emperor stood up in sheer joy. "What? It must be the immortal masters of the Xuantian sect. My loyal ministers, follow me. We must go welcome them immediately." Floating in the sky outside the palace, Junlin whispered, "Little Hong, the way I decided to make our entrance looks pretty epic, doesn't it?" Hong Tianye replied, "Master is wise. Your disciple agrees completely." But in his mind, he sneered, He just wants to show off to everyone. Let's see how you deal with that evil entity once you face it. Don't you dare beg me to save your skin when the time comes." By now, the emperor had rushed out with his ministers, immediately bowing respectfully toward the 2 of them. They called out in unison, "We respectfully welcome the immortal masters." Junlin announced, "I am Ye Junlin, the peak master of the Xuantian sect's ethereal peak. I've come to resolve this crisis for you, so you can put your worries to rest." The emperor was overjoyed. "On behalf of all my citizens, I thank you, High Immortal. Please, tell us, do you have any requests or commands?" Junlin and Hong Tianye touched down, and Junlin ordered, "Go arrange a place for my disciple and me to rest." The Emperor of Great Way quickly replied, "Of course, right this way. I will personally escort you, Immortal." As the group walked away, they had no idea a figure was lurking behind the palace doors, watching them intently and muttering under his breath. He is just a peak master of the Xuantian sect, yet he puts on such grand airs. I was just stressing over finding a tribute to help my master break through to the peak of the deity transformation stage. You guys showed up at the perfect time." That night, in the quarters provided by the emperor, Hong Tianye stared at Junlin, who was lounging lazily on a chair, and cursed him in his head. Just a moment ago, he was running around like a dog, and now he is being this reckless, slacking off all day. How on earth did someone like him reach the deity transformation stage? Actually, this is perfect. At this rate, I will soon surpass his cultivation level. When I finally make my move, victory will be guaranteed. Little did he know, Junlin was also silently watching him. "Little Hong, oh little Hong, you only know how to play these petty mind games. Sooner or later, you are going to shoot yourself in the foot. Your biggest mistake was targeting me." With that thought, Junlin kicked off his shoes and said, "Little Hong, are you curious to know how your master trains? Go fetch some warm water and wash my feet. Once I am relaxed, maybe I will teach you a thing or two about cultivation." Hong Tianye trembled with rage and snapped, "What did you say?" In his mind, he scoffed. He is nothing but a mere deity transformation cultivator. In a desolate, God-forsaken place like this, who does he think he is to teach me cultivation? Back in the day, countless immortals begged for my teachings. If you could actually teach me anything, I would call you my grandmaster. Ignoring Hong Tianye's fury, Junlin urged him, Why are you still standing there like an idiot? Don't you want to improve yourself? You are still so young, yet you already want to retire? Hong Tianye thought to himself, I am the grand leader of the Sacred Fire Demon Sect. Am I really supposed to wash this guy's feet? I might as well just drop the act and kill him right now. But just as he was about to snap, a voice called out from outside. My lords. Another strange phenomenon has occurred in the kingdom of Wei. I have an urgent matter to report. Junlin smirked and asked, Who is out there? The person outside replied, I am Zhao Heng, the first prince of Wei. This concerns the very survival of our kingdom. I beg for an audience. Immortal. Junlin said, Come in. What is the big emergency? With his permission, Zhao Heng opened the door and entered the room. Junlin sized up Zhao Heng and thought, So this is the prince who supposedly hunted down those bandits? He doesn't look like the type to do that at all. What is his real game? Kneeling respectfully before Junlin, Zhao Heng said, Immortal, I have a secret that I never dared to tell my father. I suspect the evil entity plaguing Great Wei is hiding in the back mountain behind the palace. A few nights ago, I saw several black demon bats slipping into a cave up there. Plus, maids and eunuchs have been mysteriously vanishing lately. I am certain they are behind this. I have heard of your great reputation, Immortal, and I know you possess godlike powers. Only you can save the people of Wei now. I beg you to slay those demon bats on the back mountain. Junlin stroked his chin, acting deep in thought. His divine sense hadn't picked up anything unusual coming from the back mountain. How does this guy have the guts to lie to my face like this? Does he take me for a fool? Either he has a powerful backer and a trap waiting for me, or he is an idiot. Let's see what you are really up to. With that in mind, Junlin said, Fine, take me to that cave. Thank you, Immortal. Please follow me. With your help, the evil plaguing Wei will surely be purged. Zhao Heng stood up and eagerly led the way, with Junlin and Hong Tianye following close behind. Before stepping out, Hong Tianye glared at Junlin and muttered to himself, Forget it. I will settle my score with you later. Meanwhile, looking out from a second-floor window, the little princess happened to see Junlin and Hong Tianye walking with Zhao Heng. She was utterly shocked. That was her eldest brother, whose behavior was usually terrible. Despite their father warning him multiple times, he had never changed his ways. What is he doing secretly meeting with the two immortals of the Xuantian sect? I must report this to father immediately. With that thought, she rushed off to find the emperor, while Zhao Heng led the other two up to the back mountain. Junlin smiled and teased. First prince, this place doesn't look like a bat's nest to me. Zhao Heng coldly replied, We are here. Junlin chuckled. Finally, now let's see what you have been hiding from me. Dropping his act, Zhao Heng glared at Junlin with a twisted, sinister grin. Haha, honestly, I didn't think I'd actually fool you, but you walked right into my trap anyway. You are way too overconfident in your own power. You have no idea that there is always someone stronger, and a sky beyond the sky. There is always a higher heaven, you say. Do you really think you alone can stop us? Just because you are a peak master of the Xuantian sect, do not go thinking you are some kind of immortal. Ye Junlin, today this place will be your grave. With that, he crushed the command token in his hand and roared, Elders, strike now! Right on cue, figures flew in from all directions, quickly setting up the five-fold god-binding formation and trapping both Junlin and Xianye inside. Once the formation was set, the leader, an elder of the Blood Abyss cult with a nascent soul cultivation, spoke up. Peak Master Ye, of the Xuantian sect. You have made quite a name for yourself lately. A mere peak master. Yet you managed to take down a nascent soul realm demon king. Haha. Too bad that inside this five-fold god-binding formation, even those in the divine transformation realm would find it hard to escape with their lives. Zhao Heng sneered and reminded them, Everyone, move quickly. And remember, do not be too rough. We still need to keep him alive for master. He then turned his gaze toward Hong Tianye, licking his lips as he spoke. As for that woman in red, please cripple her cultivation. This prince wants to take his time enjoying her. Standing indifferently nearby, Hong Tianye snapped her head around upon hearing this, her eyes locking onto Zhao Heng with pure, murderous intent. What did you just say? I did not want to get involved in this, but since you could not keep your mouth shut, you just touched my reverse scale. As she spoke, flames erupted from Hong Tianye's body, and with a single strike, she shattered the trapping formation. Zhao Heng thought in sheer disbelief. She shattered it with a single strike? Impossible. How could the five-fold god-binding formation be broken just like that? The Blood Abyss cult elder shrieked in terror. First Prince, I did not expect this Xuantian sect peak master to bring a disciple in the divine transformation realm. What is more, her cultivation technique is likely at the immortal grade. Otherwise, there is no way she could have shattered our fivefold god-binding formation. Inwardly cursing these useless fools, Zhao Heng forced a smile onto his face, looking at Hong Qianye as he spoke. Fair lady, let us talk this over. With your level of cultivation, if you follow my master, your future will be absolutely limitless. You still dare to try and win me over? I will make sure you suffer a fate worse than death. With that, Hong Qianye shot a flame into Zhao Heng. The fire did not immediately turn him to ash, but instead began to burn him slowly. It made him feel the agonizing pain gnawing away at him bit by bit. After a moment, Junlin sighed and looked at Zhao Heng, speaking up. Oof, that looks brutal. You really know how to push her buttons, don't you? He then turned to Hong Qianye and said, That is enough. Do not kill him yet. I have some questions for him. Hong Qianye frowned, but still flicked her finger, extinguishing the flame. Junlin looked at Zhao Heng and asked, Where is your master? Does he really have what it takes to make someone in the divine transformation realm submit to him? Zhao Heng gasped out. My master was once an immortal in the central domain. A mere divine transformation cultivator is absolutely nothing compared to him. You had better take this chance to submit to him now. Otherwise, once my master shows up, even begging for your life won't save you. Submit? How ridiculous. Let us see how much longer your master can hide. For now, I will start by taking one of your lives. With that, Junlin pointed his finger at one of the Blood Abyss cult members and counted 1. Instantly, the man's head was pierced straight through. Seeing this, the Blood Abyss cult elder shrieked in terror. How? How is he also in the divine transformation realm? How can there be 2 divine transformation realm cultivators in the Wasteland province? 2, 3, 4. With every count, another member of the Blood Abyss cult dropped dead, and even the elder was no exception. Finally, Junlin pointed his finger at Zhao Heng and said, Now, only you are left. Zhao Heng screamed in terror, You, wait a minute, master, save me. At the same time, the Emperor of Great Wei, along with the little princess and their soldiers, were riding hard toward the back mountain. Suddenly, they saw a column of blood-red light shoot up from the back mountain. The little princess cried out, Father, what is that? That blood-red light is so terrifying. The Emperor of Great Wei urged. Let us get over there, quickly. I hope nothing has happened to the immortal master. At the back mountain, Hong Qianye clenched her fists, staring at the pillar of blood-red light as she thought, This aura is so familiar. It is really him. Even though he might be able to handle Ye Junlin, facing him again still makes me feel uneasy. Meanwhile, Zhao Heng was already laughing maniacally. Haha, master is finally here. Your lives end today. Very quickly, the blood-red light faded, revealing the figure of a man. This man was none other than the cult lord of the Blood Abyss cult in the central domain, Shi Tianju. Junlin looked at Shi Tianju and asked with a smile, You must be the mastermind behind those evil spirits, right? I was starting to think you were just a coward who would never show his face. Shi Tianjue looked at Junlin and said, Cultivator of the Wasteland province, I admit you have some tricks up your sleeve, but you are not worthy of fighting me. He then turned his gaze toward Hong Qianye and continued, On the contrary, it is that old friend of mine standing over there who has piqued my interest. Hong Qianye Muda, blood demon. I can't believe you're still alive. Hearing this, Junlin thought to himself, Wait, what's the connection between Little Hong and this guy? Shi Tianju landed right in front of Hong Qianye and spoke, Blood demon. That title of mine was hunted down by the great sacred lands of the central region over 200 years ago, and after that, no one ever heard of me again. I'm surprised you still remember me. Hong Tianye sneered, Haha, anyone who lived through that legendary battle could never forget it. He thought to himself, this guy, Shi Tianju, was the absolute strongest powerhouse in the true immortal realm back then. He relied on consuming blood to sustain himself, and even passed down his evil arts to countless followers. If left unchecked, he would have brought endless disaster to the world. Eventually, his power backfired, and he ended up draining the energy of his own followers to feed himself. Because of his wicked methods and how fast his power grew, the top forces banded together to eliminate him. Even a demon lord like myself was dragged into that fight. Who would have thought the infamous blood demon was still alive? let alone showing up here in the desolate state, the poorest place in the eastern region. If this news reaches the central region, it will definitely cause a massive uproar. Right at that moment, Zhao Heng cried out, "Master, you're finally here. These people want to kill me. You have to avenge me." Unfortunately for him, he had begged the wrong person. Shi Tianzhou roared, "Impudent!" Suddenly, two beams of bloody light shot out from his eyes, piercing through Zhao Heng's body and ending his life instantly. Right after that, all the essence blood from Zhao Heng's body flew out, merging directly into Shi Tianzhui's body. Seeing this, Hong Tianye remarked, "The blood demon's methods really are the most wicked. You'll even turn on your own disciple." Shi Tianzhui stepped closer to Hong Tianye and said, "He's just a disciple. I can find another one any time. But since you wanted him gone, of course I wouldn't let him live. Do you understand my devotion?" Junlin's eyes lit up as he said, "Wow, some juicy drama to enjoy. What kind of plot twist is this?" Hong Tianye panicked slightly, taking a few steps back as he asked, "I saw with my own eyes your immortal body get crushed to pieces by the 4 divine artifacts. Even your blood was completely vaporized. So how on earth did you escape?" Shi Tianzhui laughed out loud and said, "Haha, those self-righteous fools. I had already separated a drop of my lifeblood beforehand and used a spell to hide it in a secure spot. Once I fell, that single drop of lifeblood allowed me to resurrect. But what a coincidence. It looks like you're just like me, aren't you? Right now, I'm rushing to restore my cultivation, while you're only at the early stage of the soul transformation realm. Why don't you just surrender quietly and hand over all your blood to me? That way, we can be together forever. You're out of your mind. Back in the central region, I rejected you countless times, and even after being reborn, you still haven't changed your ways. Do you really think just because you're at the peak of the soul transformation realm, you can definitely defeat me?" As he spoke, Hong Tianye circulated his cultivation technique, and flames instantly erupted around his body. Seeing this, Shi Tianzhu smiled and said, "Good, very good. The more you struggle, the more excited I get. For anyone else, fighting someone of a higher realm might offer a slim chance of victory. But against me, that's nothing but a pipe dream." Hong Tianye chuckled and said, "Haha, you'll never know unless you try." Then, he unleashed his 5 absolute divine flame to attack Shi Tianzhui. Taken aback, Shi Tianzhui cried out, "What is this?" Still, he didn't hesitate for a second, immediately striking back with his blood slaughter palm to counter it. The 2 attacks collided in an instant, triggering a massive explosion in midair. Shi Tianzhui frowned and thought, "This is impossible. These flames are incredibly domineering. He's only at the early stage of the soul transformation realm, yet he managed to shatter my blood slaughter palm. Where on earth did he learn this cultivation technique?" Across from him, Hong Tianye shouted, "That was just the beginning." He then circulated his technique once more, transforming the flames around him into a layer of ice, and unleashed a frosty blazing flame straight at Shi Tianzhui. "You're nothing but a defeated foe." Shi Tianzhui gritted his teeth and barked. Shi Tianzhui quickly countered with his soul-devouring blood spear, but he was still a step behind, and his arm ended up frozen solid in ice. Shocked, Shi Tianzhui demanded, "What kind of fire attribute cultivation technique are you practicing? Why does it feel so sinister?" After that, he channeled his energy to shatter the ice on his arm, staring intently at Hong Tianye with a grin. "As expected of the one I set my eyes on. You really know how to get me excited. Did you stumble upon some massive opportunity after leaving the central region and take some powerful master as your teacher?" Hong Tianye sneered. "None of your business. With this technique, my path to dominating the central region is practically set." Inside, he thought to himself, "I never expected that, with the boost from the 3,000 burning flames, even the blood demon, who once terrorized the central region, would be suppressed by me now. But I must not let the blood demon find out about this technique." In reality, it was taught by a deity transformation expert from Huang province. Right at that moment, Shi Tianzhu burst into laughter, pushing his cultivation technique to its absolute limit, and said, "If I let you keep growing like this, even I can't guarantee I'd be able to subdue you. So, unfortunately, your journey ends right here. Now, I will show you the true power of the immortal demon body." At that very moment, a terrifyingly similar scene was unfolding in every city across the Wei Kingdom. Citizens in the streets writhed in agonizing pain on the ground, crying out, "Save me, someone, please help us. I don't want to die." Wisps of essence blood seeped from their bodies, flying straight toward the palace's back mountain. Back at the mountain, After absorbing the massive stream of essence, blood pouring in from all directions, Shi Tianju laughed ecstatically. Haha, this feeling is incredible. These peasants have been my livestock for a long time. With just a single thought, I can instantly refine all of their cultivation to boost my own strength. Junlin looked at Hong Qianye and urged him, Little Hong, stop wasting time. Hurry up and finish him off. Hong Qianye glared at him, replying in annoyance, You don't need to order me around. In his mind, he cursed. Damn it. How did things turn out like this? He had assumed that once Ye Junlin faced the blood demon and couldn't hold on, he would beg for help. That was when Hong Qianye planned to step in. But with the way things are going, even he might not survive this. Could this aura mean the demon has broken through to the body integration realm? Back then, relying on this divine body, I held my ground even during the massive war between the orthodox and demonic powerhouses. Even those old monsters from the sacred lands, combining their forces with celestial weapons, couldn't destroy my immortal body. And now, my immortal body has recovered 70% of its peak power. Once I devour every living being in Huang province, I am confident I will be completely restored. By then, even in the central region, no one will be able to match me. Hong Qianye, I am giving you one last chance. Refuse, and you will suffer the consequences. With those words, Shi Tianjue reached his demonic claws out toward Hong Qianye. Despite fighting with all his might, Hong Qianye was severely wounded after just a few exchanges. Powerless to resist, he could only watch as Shi Tianjue began draining his destiny. The Emperor of Great Wei and his soldiers arrived just in time. Witnessing this scene, the Emperor's heart sank into absolute despair. Is this evil monstrosity the source of the plague that has been terrorizing Great Wei? Even the High Immortal is no match for him. Is my Great Wei destined to fall today? Struggling to sit up, Hong Qianye thought to himself, Is my path to immortality really going to end like this? I went through so much trouble to obtain this cultivation technique. I can't accept this. Am I seriously going to beg that annoying Ye Junlin for help? Admitting that I'm weaker than him. Wouldn't that be the ultimate humiliation? Besides, he's only at the peak of the deity transformation stage. Fighting someone in the body integration realm is a whole different ballgame. Would begging him even make a difference? Meanwhile, Shi Tianju burst out laughing and said, We are cultivators pursuing immortality. Since you refuse to stand beside me, then after you die, become one with my body. Let me carry your will as I walk the endless path to immortality. Seeing Shi Tianjue prepare to strike, Hong Qianye threw his pride completely out the window and screamed, Master, save me. Shi Tianjue paused, taken aback. Master? So you really did join someone else's sect. My sweet disciple, you finally remembered your master. Junlin descended from the sky, shielding Hong Qianye. He then smiled at Shi Tianzhu and said, I am his master. Shi Tianjue looked at Junlin and burst into hysterical laughter. Hong Qianye, I never expected you to fall this low, actually taking a nobody from Huang province who's only at the deity transformation stage as your master. You are an absolute disgrace to the demonic path. Hong Qianye remained silent, but he couldn't help worrying about Ye Junlin. Even though he hated how Ye Junlin was always bossing him around, man was still his savior. Standing in front of Shi Tianzhu now, he was bound to face disaster. In response to Shi Tianjue's mockery, Junlin simply smiled and asked, So, can I assume you're looking down on me, a mere insect who doesn't know its place? If I were at my peak, a single spit from me would have vaporized you. Shi Tianzhu sneered. Hong Qianye said guiltily, I'm sorry. I knew you were no match for the blood demon, yet I still cried out for help. If you have any strength left, please just run. Run? That's not in my vocabulary. Watch closely and see how your master obliterates him for you. Obliterate me? Ha ha, you won't even survive a single blow. What makes you so confident, you ignorant fool? Seeing Shi Tianjue prepare to strike, Hong Qianye panicked and screamed, Forget about me. Master, run as far as you can. Junlin simply smiled, waiting for the system notification. Alert. Host is facing an attack from a late-stage body integration realm expert. The passive effect, the stronger the opponent, the stronger you get, has been activated. Host has obtained mid-stage body integration cultivation with just one single move. Junlin completely shuts down Shi Tianjue's attack, leaving his hand utterly shattered. This leaves Shi Tianju absolutely shell-shocked. How is this possible? How could a mere soul transformation cultivator? Wait, you're not in the soul transformation stage. You've already reached the integration stage too? Hong Tianye's eyes widen as he stares at Junlin. This guy really hid his strength well. On the surface, he acted like a basic soul transformation cultivator, but in reality, he's a powerhouse at the integration stage. No wonder he kept pushing my buttons earlier. He was relying on his integration stage power the whole time. I almost fell for his act. Thank goodness I didn't actually turn on him back then. Feeling the massive wave of power surging through his body, Junlin smiles to himself. So, this is what breaking through to the integration stage feels like. It feels like I could destroy heaven and earth with just a wave of my hand. As for Shi Tianju, despite his failed attack, he remains incredibly confident. Even if we're both in the integration stage, the gap between a wild, country bumpkin's technique like yours and mine is as vast as heaven and earth. I will make a lowlife like you realize what true power really means. Once his hand is fully regenerated, Shi Tianjue lunges at Junlin once again. You're the one who has no idea what real power is. With those words, Junlin unleashes the human emperor seal, instantly crushing both of Shi Tianju's arms. He then laughs right in his face. So, is this the gap in our cultivation techniques you were talking about? Secretly, he thinks to himself, the idle cultivation system has already leveled up my human emperor seal to the grandmaster level. It is countless times stronger than the first time I used it. Shi Tianjue sneers. So what? You still can't destroy my immortal body. The longer this fight drags on, the less chance you have of winning. Hearing Shi Tianjue's boast only makes Junlin even more intrigued. Fine by me. This is the perfect chance to test out a new move. My mastery over this divine ability has just reached absolute perfection. With that in mind, Junlin points two fingers directly at Shi Tianzhou and whispers the incantation, Great Desolate Heaven Imprisoning Finger. First finger imprisons heaven and earth. Second finger shatters mountains and rivers. Third finger obliterates all living beings. Fourth finger breaks through the vault of heaven. A blinding beam of light shoots straight at Shi Tianzhu, instantly blasting him from a giant powerhouse into a tiny, shriveled weakling. This completely shatters Shi Tianjue's reality. Why on earth did he run into such a monster in a tiny backwater place like Huangzhou? Have I really been sealed away for so long that the geniuses of the outside world have become this terrifyingly powerful? Witnessing this mind-blowing scene, Hong Tianye is left completely speechless. This is way too powerful. Compared to this technique, his 3,000 raging flames is a joke. No wonder he was so incredibly confident before. It turns out he never even saw me as a threat. Shaking with fear, Shi Tianjue asks, Who are you? In response, Junlin simply smiles. I am Ye Junlin, the Peak Master of Piao Miao Peak from the Xuantian sect. No way, that's impossible. When I scouted Huangzhou, even the sect master of the Xuantian sect hadn't even reached the soul transformation stage yet. Although his mind is flooded with doubts, he knows that figuring this out is not his priority right now. He needs to escape. Ye Junlin, I will remember you. With a furious roar, Shi Tianjue injures himself to trigger the blood escape art. Seeing this, Hong Tianye quickly shouts a warning. He's trying to run. If we let him escape, the consequences will be disastrous. Ye Junlin, next time I won't be this careless. Shi Tianjue laughs maniacally as his body dissolves into a liquid stream, soaring into the air. But just a second later, Junlin's hand acts like a powerful magnet, dragging him right back down. Junlin then finishes him off once and for all. With that taken care of, he mutters in annoyance, System, where's my reward? Be a bit more proactive. Don't make me keep reminding you. Remember, you're supposed to be a professional system. The system quickly responds, Here I am. This is the reward for my handsome and dashing host. Congratulations. You have received a mysterious bone engraved with ancient runes. It can grant the user an ultimate, god-tier talent, guaranteeing a future destiny as an unrivaled supreme ruler. Would the host like to fuse with it right now? Junlin gets hyped up. An unrivaled supreme ruler? That sounds insane. Hurry up and do it. I can't wait any longer. Following the system's instructions, he begins the fusion process. Once the fusion with the Supreme Bone is complete, the host's combat power will skyrocket. Integration complete. Congratulations, host. Hong Tianye stares at him in sheer disbelief. What on earth is this guy doing now? The energy waves coming off him are actually making me shiver with fear. I have no idea what kind of legendary fortune he obtained, but there's no way such an absolute monster could be born in a place like Huangzhou otherwise. Damn it. I have to reevaluate his true power once again. I need to train twice as hard to break through to the integration stage as soon as possible. Only then will I have the confidence to keep him under control. At this moment, The emperor and the princess dropped to their knees to express their gratitude. Thank you, immortal, for saving the people of the state of Wei. Our kingdom will surely record this monumental event in our history books, so that our descendants will forever remember your immense grace. Junlin replies casually, no need to thank me. As long as you can be a good emperor and treat your citizens well, that is better than anything else. Linger promises him with absolute sincerity. Your humble servant will forever remember your teachings, immortal. May I ask, is it possible for me to join the Xuantian sect? I want to become just like you guys, to protect people, slaying demons and vanquishing evil. Faced with this request, Junlin carefully looked over her profile. Her profile popped up. Name, Zhao Linger. Gender, female. Cultivation, none. Talent, high-grade water, spiritual root. Identity, princess of the Wei Kingdom. Looking it over, he felt her immortal affinity was actually pretty good, so Junlin accepted her request. Linger, you do have a decent water spiritual root. You're a promising talent. Since you're so sincere, I shall grant your request. The emperor was overjoyed to hear this and quickly urged his daughter, Linger, hurry up and bow to thank the immortal master. Linger bowed respectfully and said, Linger thanks the immortal master. The emperor then warmly invited him, saying, Immortal master, you saved our kingdom and even took Linger in. On behalf of all the people of Wei, I express my deepest gratitude to you both. Now, please come to the royal palace and rest for a few days. Junlin turned to look at Tianye, who was standing silently in the back, and said, Fine, let's go. After recovering his strength, Tianye finally woke up. At the peak of the deity transformation realm, surging energy enveloped his entire body. He thought to himself, my injuries are finally healed, and my cultivation has even broken through to the peak of the deity transformation realm. Ever since I started cultivating the 3,000 burning flames and taking those pills, my cultivation speed has skyrocketed. His methods are indeed extraordinary, Tianye had to admit. But the burning resentment in his heart couldn't be snuffed out so easily. Even though you saved my life this time, there is no way I'm letting the humiliation I suffered slide. Just wait until I break through to the body integration realm. I will pay you back double for all the humiliation you put me through. Just you wait. Junlin, just the thought of you on your knees begging me for mercy makes me so excited. Junlin spoke up, cutting off Tianye's train of thought. Xiao Hong, come see your master. Although his heart was full of hatred, he still obediently walked over, thinking, here we go again. I am only going along with this to show you some respect. Meanwhile, Junlin was looking with interest at the novel in his hand, thinking, this martial arts novel is actually pretty interesting. It seems the locals around here love a good face-slapping and acting cool plotline too. If I had transmigrated to this nation, I probably could have made a fortune just by writing novels. First up would be Battle Through the Heavens. It would definitely take the whole country by storm. And my pen name? Crazy Potato. Tianye couldn't understand a word he was saying, wondering, what on earth is this guy mumbling about now? On the surface, he politely asked, Master, why have you summoned this disciple? Seeing Tianye, Junlin smiled warmly and said, Oh, you're here? He dipped his feet into a basin of water, looking completely relaxed, and said, Come here and wash your master's feet. Instantly, a wave of fury flared up inside Tianye. He had to quickly remind himself that even someone as strong as the blood ancestor had been killed by this monster. Now is not the time to cross him. I have to endure. Junlin seemed to thoroughly enjoy teasing his disciple, asking, What's wrong? Do you find your master repulsive? Why aren't you kneeling down to wash your master's feet? Tianye suppressed his rage, clenching his fists tightly as he replied, This disciple wouldn't dare. He knelt down in front of the basin, his heart filled with pure resentment. I was once the leader of the demonic sect, a peak true immortal. Countless cultivators have died by my hands, yet today I have to suffer the utter humiliation of washing the feet of a mere desolate state cultivator. Junlin smirked in amusement, thinking, That's a good boy. You little punk, did you really think you could play with me? But the moment Tianye's hands touched the water, he froze. Wait, this water, is this Taiyi infinite water? From what he remembered, if a mortal drank this water, their youth would be preserved forever, and they would live for up to 200 years. For a cultivator, drinking it would completely purify all impurities in their body, making them flawless and causing their cultivation level to skyrocket. Even a tiny bottle of this would spark a bloody war in the central domain. This is a treasure that countless cultivators could only dream of but never obtain. Yet this guy is actually using it just to soak his feet? What a tragic waste of heavenly treasure. But this only confirms my suspicions. He must have stumbled upon an immense fortune. Otherwise, how could he possibly be this ridiculously wasteful? If I could drink this entire basin of Tai infinite water, it would give a massive boost to my cultivation. But then reality slapped him in the face. Wait, this is foot water. Seeing his hesitation, Junlin pretended to be angry and snapped. What are you doing? Are you complaining that your master's feet stink? Tianye forced his anger down and replied, No, of course not. This disciple was just lost in thought. Meanwhile, Junlin was feeling absolutely blissful. The system had given him so much Tai infinite water as a reward, and using it to soak his feet while his disciple massaged them was unbelievably relaxing. Reading his novel, he ordered Tianye, the water's getting a bit chilly, add some heat. Tianye obediently replied, Yes, master. Dipping his blazing, fiery hands directly into the basin, he began to heat the water. The temperature rose to the perfect warmth, bringing a look of pure satisfaction to Junlin's face. Just then, footsteps approached from outside. It was Linger. She had rushed over to find the immortal master, but the moment she walked in, she saw Junlin's face completely flushed with pure bliss as he let out a satisfied groan. Oh yeah. From her angle, the scene was highly misleading. Oh my god, what on earth are they doing? I can't believe this master and disciple would do this behind closed doors. Wait, they actually have that kind of relationship? Linger is so embarrassed, she doesn't dare disturb them. She can't bear to watch any longer, so she turns on her heels and runs away. How embarrassing. The new disciple's actions leave him completely baffled. Why on earth is this kid, Linger, running away? After serving him attentively for a while, Tianye speaks up and asks, Master, now that I have finished washing your feet, are you satisfied? A flicker of annoyance shows in his eyes. Junlin stops giving him a hard time and replies, Satisfied? Of course I am. Xiao Hong, tell me, what is weighing on your mind? Your master will gladly share in your regrets. Tianye only dares to curse in his mind. You bastard, if I unleashed my true power, it would scare you to death. Keep acting smug for a few more days. I will see how long you last. Right at this moment, the ring on his finger starts to glow. Junlin realizes a message is coming from the sect master, transmitting a signal from the other side. Junior brother Ye, please return to the sect as soon as possible to discuss our next move. A major event has recently occurred in the Huang province. We suspect that an ancient secret realm is about to open. If our Xuantian sect can reap some benefits from it, we will surely rise to prosperity. Junlin wonders, an ancient secret realm? Tianye begins to explain. An ancient secret realm is a treasure land packed with rich cultivation resources, enough to change an ordinary cultivator's fate, like a fish leaping over the dragon gate to tread upon the immortal path. Who would have thought that such a place exists in this impoverished Huang province? He secretly schemes in his mind. The news of this secret realm's appearance cannot be hidden. Chaos is bound to break out, but this is also my golden opportunity. If I can seize a great opportunity, combined with the terrifying power of the 3,000 burning flames, my cultivation will surely skyrocket. Just in time, the system issues a mission, announcing a new sign-in task. If the host can successfully sign in at the Luo Tian secret realm, they will receive an incredibly surprising reward. Junlin is thrilled. An incredibly surprising reward? System, hurry up and tell me what the heck this surprise is. The system keeps its lips sealed and replies, If I tell you now, it wouldn't be a surprise anymore, would it? Junlin orders Tianye, disciple, pack your things. Let's go pay a quick visit to Emperor Wei, then head back to the Xuantian sect. Tianye immediately complies. Yes, master. The master and disciple head to the Great Wei Imperial Palace to audience the emperor. The princess looks at her father, reluctant to leave. Linger is a bit unwilling to leave you, father. How about I stay behind with you? Though reluctant, he knows this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. No, you have already joined the Xuantian sect. This is an incredibly great opportunity, something so many people dream of but can never obtain. You must cherish this chance and not waste your own bright future. The emperor turns to Junlin and says, Immortal, I will keep your teachings in mind, treat the common people well, and become a good emperor. I hope you can look after my daughter, he reassures him. Everyone has their own destiny. Since she has joined the Xuantian sect, she won't suffer any injustice. But how far she can go depends entirely on herself. With that, he departs immediately. Let's go, Linger. We are leaving. The entire hall shouts, "Farewell, immortal." As Linger chases after Junlin, she turns back to call out to the Emperor. "Father, your daughter will come back to visit you when she has time." Meanwhile, at the True Inheritance Hall of the Yuhua sect, a majestic and solemn atmosphere blankets the entire hall. Zhu Yang speaks up. Lately, many things have been happening in the Huang province. Word is that an ancient secret realm is about to open. Furthermore, your father's Wind Thunder sect has been destroyed. It was done by the Peak Master of Piao Miao Peak from the Swan Tian sect. Chen Xiao turns to ask his master, "What is this person's cultivation realm?" He replies, "Rumor has it from the outside world that he is a newly ascended nascent soul cultivator in the Huang province." His eyes are filled with utter disdain. "Nascent soul? I kill nascent soul cultivators like chickens." At the True Inheritance Hall of the Yuhua sect, Chen Xiao continues asking, "Master, who was the one who murdered Elder Mu?" Zhu Yang replies, "It is still unclear, but all suspicion points toward the Swantian sect. But the problem is, how could such a tiny sect possibly kill Elder Mu?" Relying solely on a single nascent soul realm Peak Master of Piao Miao Peak, Chen Xiao chimes in, "If that is the case, the real killer must be someone else. But regardless, the Swantian sect must be destroyed, and that Piao Miao Peak Master who killed my father must die." Zhu Yang reveals some news to him. Conveniently, an ancient secret realm has appeared in the Huang province this time. The sect will send several elders to accompany you on this trip. Remember, you represent the Yuhua sect. At that time, you will be competing with other major forces. As for revenge, do it after this is over. Your master hopes you can distinguish between what is important and what is not. Do you understand? Chen Xiao immediately complies. Your disciple obeys. With that, he departs at once. Zhu Yang sneers, holding a green jade in his hand. He is filled with anticipation. My disciple, you must continue to perform well. Only when you secure the Patriarch's resources in the sect competition will I have a guaranteed breakthrough. Breaking through the Mahayana bottleneck and reaching the Tribulation Transcendence realm. At that time, we will both attain great glory. In the Kunlun realm, soul formation is called Divine Lord, body integration is called Heavenly Lord, and Mahayana is called Venerable or the Supreme. Those in the tribulation stage are crowned as void immortals. Bearing the word immortal in their title, they wield the absolute power to rule over entire territories. Then there is the desolate province, a place so insignificant it barely exists on the map. But because an ancient immortal secret realm suddenly appeared there, it instantly became famous across the entire eastern region. Hordes of cultivators from every corner of the world flew on their swords, racing toward the secret realm. A few cultivators couldn't help but gossip, asking, "Isn't the desolate province the most backward, savage wasteland? How could an immortal opportunity appear there? What absolute dogshit luck." Fortunately, those pathetic losers in the desolate province are both dirt poor and weak. There's no way a divine opportunity like this would ever fall into their hands. We better hurry up too. Once the Yuhua sect gets there, we won't even get to lick the leftovers. As spiritual energy surged through the mountains of the desolate province, crowds gathered outside the Luotian secret realm in the eastern region. One elder looked around, deeply puzzled. With this secret realm opening, 4 of the 5 great sects are already here. Only the Swantian sect is missing. Did they actually give up? Someone next to him replied, "Not necessarily. Ever since they swallowed the Wind Thunder sect, they've probably been busy fighting for the top spot among the 5 great sects." Hearing this, the soul formation stage ancestor of the Banshan sect, Ouyang Feng, burst out laughing. This old man has been in seclusion for far too long. The Swantian sect used to be absolute trash at the bottom. How dare they steal the spotlight from my Banshan sect? The 2 cultivators were completely dumbfounded by his presence. What? The soul formation stage? We thought the Swantian sect was invincible just because they had 2 nascent soul cultivators. Who would have guessed our desolate province actually hides a powerhouse of the soul formation stage? Immediately, all the disciples of the Banshan sect bowed respectfully to their leader. We respectfully welcome the ancestor back from seclusion. The old man felt incredibly smug and fortunate. I never expected that the moment I stepped out of seclusion, an ancient secret realm would emerge. This must be the will of heaven. My Banshan sect will be the first to enter this secret realm. Do any of you fellow cultivators have a problem with that? Knowing that Ouyang Feng was a soul formation expert, and now the undisputed strongest cultivator in the desolate province, everyone present bowed their heads in submission. We shall obey your divine decree, Lord. The disciples of the Banshan sect cheered arrogantly, shouting, "A soul formation expert has arrived. Who dares to challenge us? Our sect master is truly mighty." Basking in their endless flattery, Ouyang Feng felt absolutely thrilled. Good, but suddenly, dark clouds rolled across the sky, crackling with violent, dense lightning. A colossal flying ship emerged from the clouds. A booming voice announced, "The Heavenly Martial Holy Palace has arrived. You, desolate province savages, back off immediately. The Mist Shadow sect is here. If you know what's good for you, get the hell out of our way. This ancient secret realm belongs to our Huangji sect. Nobody else touch it." Sitting on the throne inside the massive ship was the king of Zhenan from the Shuntian imperial dynasty, a powerhouse at the late stage of the soul formation stage. Sensing the terrifying power of the newcomers, Ouyang Feng gasped in sheer shock. There's actually a soul formation cultivator in the desolate province? But then, he received an even more mind-blowing shock. There weren't just a few, there were literally hundreds of soul formation experts up there. This old man endured countless hardships to finally break through to the soul formation stage, ruling as a living legend in the desolate province for over 100,000 years. And yet, outside our province, am I really that insignificant? Faced with their overwhelming power, Ouyang Feng quickly swallowed his pride, bowed respectfully, and said, "Greetings, fellow cultivators. I am the ancestor of the Banshan sect, Ouyang Feng. You can just call me Little Feng." The experts from the Shuntian dynasty burst into mocking laughter. "You shameless old geezer, who do you think you are, trying to act buddy-buddy with us? Get your pathetic ass down there and wait. There is nothing for you here." Even if a savage from the desolate province manages to reach the soul formation stage, you're still nothing but low-life trash. How dare you think you're on our level? Get lost, old man, don't ruin our view. Hearing these humiliating insults, Ouyang Feng's face darkened instantly. Fellow cultivators, the environment in our desolate province is indeed harsh, but the people living here are not low-life trash. We are all cultivators of the soul formation stage. By what right do you expect me to sit back and let you trample all over me? He thought to himself. All my disciples are looking up to me right now. If I chicken out and show fear now, how can I ever face my people in the desolate province again? Summoning his sword, Ouyang Feng declared with a powerful, booming voice, "The desolate province might be poor, but we never back down from a fight. If any of you think otherwise, step forward and face me." On the opposite side, the enemy experts instantly unleashed their spiritual pressure, roaring arrogantly, "You stubborn old fool, you're begging for death. Let's tear this old dog to pieces together." But then, a voice suddenly interrupted them. It was the king of Zhenan. Pointing at the ancestor, he said with utter disdain, "This old geezer is nothing but a pathetic ant from the desolate province. If we all gang up on him, and word gets out, we'll become the laughingstock of the world. How about this? Since I'm feeling generous today, I'll crush him, using only one hand." Raising his hand, he sneered, "You old dog, I'm going to show you the massive, insurmountable gap between us." A colossal palm print slammed down from the sky. Refusing to back down, Ouyang Feng swung his sword fiercely, unleashing waves of devastating sword light. Pulling his hand back, the king of Zhenan frowned in surprise. "You old bastard, it seems I underestimated you. But since you survived that, let's see how you handle this next one." His eyes turned bloodshot as he channeled all his power for a second strike. A giant, terrifying finger covered in sharp spikes crashed down towards Ouyang Feng. "You ungrateful piece of trash. Old man, I'm going to tear you to pieces." The devastating attack slammed directly into where Ouyang Feng stood, causing a massive explosion. The ancestor coughed up a mouthful of blood, but he desperately pushed every last bit of his energy into his sword, then slammed it hard into the ground. "You went back on your word, you liar. You're a complete disgrace to the eastern region. Dying for my honor is nothing. But this old man has one thing to say to you: the cultivators of the barren state will never be humiliated." The southern king raised his hammer once more. "Then let me grant your wish." Little did he expect, a giant array materialized right above him. A booming, majestic voice echoed, "Amitabha, why is it so lively today?" The disciples stood there, mouths agape. It was Grandmaster Jingchan of the Shuangkong Temple from the Buddhist state. Seeing Jingchan and Jiang Tianyi show up together left everyone in absolute awe. Standing right behind him was the young master of the Jiang family, the #1 cultivation clan in the spiritual state. All the while, Jingchan kept chanting, "Amitabha." Yang Feng could feel a terrifying pressure weighing down on him. They've already reached the integration realm. Just then, another ship emerged from a rift in space. A voice from the deck sneered, "The barren state has absolutely zero chance of winning." The crowd was even more shocked to see who they were. The Yuhua sect of the Azure State had arrived as well. Now, the strongest sects in the entire eastern region were gathered. Oh my god, they recognized the leader of the pack. That was none other than Holy Sun Chen Xiao of the Yuhua sect. I've heard of him. He possesses the solar immortal physique, making him completely invincible among those of the same realm. Without a doubt, he is the brightest rising star of the eastern region. For the next 100,000 years, the legends will be written by his hand. But then, someone noticed him and gasped in shock. Chen Xiao, isn't he the young master of the Wind Thunder sect? He's actually one of our own from the barren state. Chen Xiao thought to himself, the barren state is the exact reason I was discriminated against when I first joined the Yuhua sect. It disgusts me to my very core. Furious, a Yuhua sect elder unleashed a blast of true chi, attacking the crowd below. The holy son of our Yuhua sect is not someone for you ants of the barren state to gossip about. No respect for your betters. Just hearing your voices disgusts me. Die. Before a few cultivators could even react, they were instantly wiped out. Even the Southern King had to bow respectfully before Chen Xiao. Holy Sun Chen, why don't you let me handle these dirt-poor trash of the barren state? There's no need to dirty your hands, Holy Sun. Chen Xiao replied coldly, do as you wish. Meanwhile, the members of the Swantian sect were quietly watching from a distant ridge. Shu Union muttered, I knew it. With the secret realm opening, that old dog Chen's son was bound to show up. Thank goodness our Swantian sect hasn't stepped out yet. Deju then suggested, Sect Master, while they're busy fighting over the secret realm, we should grab this chance to leave the barren state and go into hiding for a while. Tian Shui chimed in, we still have to see what junior brother Ye wants to do. He's the true hope of our Swantian sect. Wait, where are junior brother Ye and his disciple? Shu Union's jaw dropped in disbelief as he saw them. Hold on, is that? Tianshu was just as shocked to see Ye Junlin and his group suddenly appear. Junior brother Ye and the others. They're already over there? Chen Xiao is right there. Going over now is basically suicide. Yang Feng earnestly warned Ye Junlin, kid from the Swantian sect, don't do anything reckless. You don't understand, I've already dropped enough hints. Don't you dare come over here. Hearing this, Ye Junlin's face darkened. Damn it, he wasn't about to let these outsiders walk all over them. He declared in a booming voice, this barren state cannot survive without me. None of you move a single muscle, everyone stay right where you are. Provoked by this sheer arrogance, Chen Xiao snapped, who the hell are you? State your name. Ye Junlin looked at him coldly and replied, I'm your daddy, Ye Junlin. This sudden entrance set the crowd of cultivators abuzz. Ye Junlin? Isn't he the peak master of Piao Miao Peak? But isn't he only in the nascent soul stage? Isn't this just a suicide mission? Upon seeing him, Chen Xiao's eyes flared with burning rage. The Zhuantian sect's Ye Junlin. Unlike him, Ye Junlin remained completely calm. Why so worked up? Got a problem? Did you kill the sect master of the Wind Thunder sect? Oh, you mean that idiot? Ah, I remember. That old geezer kept bragging that his son had the potential to become an immortal. Let me ask you, are you that son? Chen Xiao growled in response. I am indeed his son. Playing dumb, Ye Junlin gasped. Oh my. So you're the son of that idiot. This absolute disrespect made Chen Xiao snap completely. You, Ye Junlin, I'm going to kill you. The Southern King immediately stepped forward, eager to please. Holy Sun Chen, let me capture this fool who's courting death, and I'll hand him over to you to deal with. He arrogantly drew his sword. Kid, how dare you disrespect the Holy Sun? Now, pay for your sins. Hong Tianye stepped forward to intercept him. Seeing him, the Southern King sneered. Well, where did this beauty come from? Hong Tianye unleashed a palm strike brimming with intense flames. Die. A single blazing void lotus strike, carrying a wave of undying flames, threatened to swallow the Southern King whole. He could only struggle to resist, completely caught off guard by his opponent's overwhelming power. In an instant, his entire body was engulfed by the eternal flames. The cultivators of the barren state watched in utter shock. A soul transformation master, dead just like that? Since when did our barren state have such a terrifying powerhouse? Yang Feng felt deeply ashamed. He had always claimed to be the #1 expert in the barren state, but now he realized there was always a bigger fish. Having finished the job, Hong Tianye calmly walked back. As you command, Master. The crowd of elders was completely dumbfounded. To think that powerful senior was actually Peak Master Ye's disciple. Damn it. Who said Peak Master Ye was only at the nascent soul stage? Since when can a nascent soul cultivator take a soul formation expert as a disciple? Show yourself right now. I promise I won't beat you to death. Is the Xuantian sect really this powerful? The Xuantian sect group had arrived. Union quickly warned him, Junior brother Ye, do you have any idea what you're doing? That's the Yuhua sect. You need to escape right now. We'll buy you some time. Deju chimed in, exactly. As long as you're alive, the Xuantian sect has a chance to make a comeback. Nothing can happen to you here. Junlin calmly reassured them, sect leader, please don't worry, I'll be fine. Let me introduce my disciple. Linger bowed respectfully to greet them. Linger pays her respects to the seniors. He explained, after settling things in the Wei Kingdom, I managed to recruit a new talent. She possesses a top-tier water, spiritual root, and she's also the daughter of the Wei Emperor. I think she'd be a perfect fit for Tianxiang Peak. Linger obediently stepped forward to bow to Tianshu. Zhao Ling'er pays her respects to master. Tianshu thought to herself, this girl is quite clever. Suddenly, Chen Xiao's cold voice rang out, instantly shattering the peaceful atmosphere. Don't you dare ignore me. Junlin, and everyone in the Xuantian sect, will pay with their lives for my father. Junlin, get over here and face your death. He replied with utter disdain. Fight you? You don't even have the right. Xiaohong, go teach him a lesson. Qianye thought in annoyance. Why do I feel like a guard dog? Channeling all his anger, he transformed into a blazing fire and lunged at Chen Xiao, who blocked it with a single hand. He then arrogantly sneered at him. You coward. Are you too afraid to face this holy sun yourself? But Qianye still charged forward with intense momentum. He yelled, to deal with the likes of you, my master doesn't need to lift a single finger. Sensing the danger and Qianye's extraordinary power, Chen Xiao tried to win her over. With your strength and beauty, why stay in a tiny sect just to wait for death? If you surrender, I guarantee the Yuhua sect will treat you exceptionally well. Qianye replied without hesitation. Not interested. Seeing the distance closing, he urgently tried to persuade her. My lady, do you really not want to reconsider? He looked down on him with utter contempt. My master was right. Your father was an idiot, and you're an even bigger fool. Qianye's stubborn, unyielding attitude instantly sparked Chen Xiao's murderous intent. Fine. Since you refuse to do this the easy way, then die. A violent storm of true qi blasted toward the target. Facing the roaring fire dragon formed by the true qi, Qianye countered with meteor flame. His single strike completely extinguished the roaring fire dragon. Chen Xiao couldn't believe it. She easily destroyed my technique just like that? Qianye coldly asked, is that all you've got? A dangerous look flashed across his face as he replied, don't get cocky, this is only the beginning. Chen Xiao let out a roar, his true qi completely enveloping the entire space. His solar divine fist unleashed countless giant fists flying forward. An elder gasped in shock. The holy sun is indeed extraordinarily gifted. With this peak, heaven-grade solar divine fist, combined with the solar immortal physique, let alone a soul formation cultivator. Even a body integration realm expert would probably be defeated. Chen Xiao smugly said, you forced my hand. The Xuantian sect members watched in sheer anxiety. Chen Xiao gloatingly waited to see his opponent's miserable state. But Qianye didn't even have a single hair out of place. He stood perfectly protected behind a lotus shield of his own creation. Chen Xiao stared in absolute shock. This is impossible. He unleashed his true qi again. I don't believe this. I have the talent to become an immortal. I am invincible in the same realm. A full power punch came hurtling forward. Qianye only let out a cold snort, a mere frog at the bottom of a well. He thought to himself, all the frustration I've endured from Junlin is going to be taken out on you. I'm going to show you what true humiliation feels like. First, Qianye casually dodged the punch, effortlessly waving his hand to shatter Chen Xiao's technique. A follow-up slap sent him flying backward in utter disbelief. My ultimate technique was actually neutralized so effortlessly by her. My full power punch felt like it was hitting soft cotton, totally useless. Am I really inferior to her? Regaining his footing, Chen Xiao forced himself to speak. This kind of reaction speed and combat experience. I've never even seen anything like this in the Yuhua sect. How does a tiny sect, like the Xuantian sect, deserve to have a disciple like you? Qianye replied, because you're just too weak. You're trash. The elders behind him cheered. Holy Sun, do not doubt yourself. You are the top genius chosen from tens of thousands by the Yuhua sect. You have the potential to become an immortal. Chen Xiao gritted his teeth and muttered, I have the talent to become an immortal. He gathered all the true qi from his dantian, letting it explode outward. I haven't lost yet. His solar sacred physique activated the low-grade sovereign rank Eclipse divine ability, unleashing an overwhelmingly massive amount of power. Charging straight at Tianye, he roared, Go to hell! He had completely lost his patience with her. She scoffed, How childish! I will open your eyes to what true power really is. Tianye spoke coldly. Invincible Eastern Territory. An immortal flame erupted, threatening to swallow the entire space. Tianye declared, It is time to show you the massive gap between us. Seven-colored burning flame. As the two massive forces collided, the onlookers from the Xuantian sect gasped. Is this kind of power really just at the soul transformation realm? This terrifying power could probably blow up even a fusion realm expert. I have no idea who is going to win now. Chen Xiao was sent flying backward by Tianye's seven-colored burning flame. Looking at his miserable defeat, everyone was in utter shock. He is the holy son of the Yuhua sect. I cannot believe the Yuhua sect actually lost. In stark contrast to the battered Chen Xiao, Tianye stood perfectly fine without a single scratch. She did not forget to mock her defeated opponent, saying, A tiny speck of light like a grain of rice trying to compete with the brilliant full moon? The people from the Xuantian sect anxiously warned him, Junior brother Ye, your disciple is incredibly strong. Even though she defeated Chen Xiao, the Yuhua sect still has many elders over there. You two should take this chance to run. He replied, Do not worry, there is no need to panic. Little Hong, you did great today. Cook some extra food for me tonight. Tianye bowed obediently and said, Thank you, master. Elder Yan helped Chen Xiao up, but this crushing defeat had shattered his spirit, causing him to repeatedly mumble, I lost. I actually lost. Elder Yan tried his best to comfort him, saying, Holy son, please do not be so demoralized. He replied, Elder Yan, I lost. I am not invincible in my realm after all. I have disgraced the Yuhua sect. Elder Yan had never expected their holy son to be defeated by a disciple from this barren wasteland, completely shattering his cultivation heart. If this continued, the reputation of the Yuhua sect would suffer a severe blow. He quickly said, Holy son, do not overthink it. You still have a brilliant future ahead of you. You are someone with the potential to become an immortal. The elder knew he had to stabilize the holy son's state of mind first. Only by wiping out these barbarians in the desolate region could they restore the absolute authority of the Yuhua sect. To stabilize the holy son's heart, he roared, to dare hurt the holy son of our Yuhua sect. This matter will not be settled easily. Who is with me? Who will go and slaughter these barbarians of the desolate region? Another elder stepped forward and declared, Let me handle it. The onlookers from the Xuntian Empire were astounded by the sheer, deep power of the Yuhua sect. For a single trip, they actually brought 9 fusion realm experts along with them. Even though that female disciple defeated the Holy Sun, he was only in the soul transformation realm. Facing a fusion realm expert now is like throwing an egg against a stone. Such incredible talent is going to be wasted. What a pity. What a real shame. The elder charged straight toward Tianye. In a panic, she cried out, Master! Junlin calmly reassured her, Do not worry, little Hong, leave this to me. This calm attitude left all the cultivators of the Xuantian sect completely speechless. Is Peak Master Yi of the Xuantian sect in the fusion realm? Has a heavenly lord finally emerged in our desolate region? We have never seen such glory in history. I thought Peak Master Ye's disciple was shocking enough, but to think he himself is a heavenly lord. And here I was, calling myself the #1 expert of the desolate region. How absolutely ridiculous. Meanwhile, Junlin's opponent was unleashing his inner energy with all his might. So you are in the fusion realm? So what? Do you honestly think you are worthy of facing me? His energy materialized into a colossal hand as he roared, How dare you disrespect our holy son? You barbarians from the desolate region are dead meat. Facing the massive downpour of power, Junlin calmly blocked it with a shield. He smirked. Is that all you have got? The elder gasped in shock, unable to believe how effortless and relaxed the youth was. In the blink of an eye, Junlin closed the distance, appearing right in front of him. The elder stuttered in shock. You! Junlin unleashed a powerful palm strike, forcing the elder to desperately put up a defense. Junlin asked with pure disdain, Is this really your limit? In truth, even he was surprised. Who would have thought that after integrating the Supreme Bone, his physical strength would become this insane? Just using his raw physical strength alone was more than enough to crush anyone in the same realm. Realizing things were turning bad, Elder Yan ordered, "All of you, charge, kill him." Immediately, the top experts of the Wind Thunder sect rushed forward together. Standing alone, Junlin activated the Human King seal to counter the barrage of attacks from his opponents, sending the entire crowd flying backward. Everyone was heavily injured, coughing up blood. One of them cried out in disbelief, "What level of divine ability is this? This guy's strength is terrifying. Everyone, use your magic treasures to crush him." One elder summoned his Bu sword, closing in on him. The others also unleashed their strongest magical weapons, uniting their forces to attack Junlin. Yet he stood proud and tall, his inner energy swirling around him like a massive hurricane. Jingtian sighed anxiously, "Amitabha, mercy, mercy. I am afraid this benefactor is heading toward a disastrous end." Tianyi thought to himself, "This bald donkey is a complete hypocrite, pretending to be compassionate on the outside, but in reality, his underhanded actions behind closed doors are so vile that even I find them disgusting. But honestly, a monster like him needs to drop dead quickly before he brings disaster to everyone else." Union and Deju screamed in panic, "We are doomed. Junior brother Ye is in deep trouble, and I told you guys from the start that we should run." "Hey, even if he wanted to run, he couldn't do it now," Tiangsui calmly reminded them. "What do you guys even know?" Tianye said, actually looking quite forward to what was coming. "After seeing how extraordinary this guy was back in the Wei Kingdom with my own eyes, I am absolutely sure he is still hiding plenty of tricks up his sleeve. Let me see what else you are hiding, Ye." Junlin did not disappoint her expectations. If that is the case, then get a load of this. Unleashing a divine ability of the Supreme Bone, the entire space turned blindingly bright under the power he released. The group from the Swantian sect couldn't even see what was happening. What on earth was this massive wave of energy? All they saw was a torrent of energy surging from Junlin toward his opponents. Unable to resist, the crowd could only scream in terror. "We are dead, Elder Yan, save us." Elder Yan quickly channeled his spiritual power, never expecting this kid to be such a tough nut to crack. "The Holy Sun is already severely injured. If my fellow elders fall here too, how will I ever face the sect when I go back?" Chilling true chi materialized into an arrow, launching straight toward his opponent as he instantly materialized right behind Junlin. "This is amazing. It is Elder Yan's grade 3 spiritual weapon, the Budu Pagoda. That is the very treasure that earned him his promotion to Great Elder. We are saved. This is the end for you. Die." But he had no idea he was walking right into Junlin's trap, right where I want you. I was waiting just for you. A massive wave of fire erupted, and the system chimed, "Warning, a peak fusion realm enemy is attacking the host. Activating passive effect, the stronger the enemy, the stronger I get. Cultivation level has been raised to perfect fusion realm." Elder Yan's power was quickly being overwhelmed. He exerted every ounce of his strength just to keep his barrier up. Feeling Junlin's explosive aura, he screamed in utter horror. "You! How are you hiding your true cultivation?" With a swift movement, Junlin unleashed a double palm strike. Unleashing a blinding light that tore through the darkness, the entire space seemed to split in half in that very instant. Battered, bloodied, and in rags, Elder Yan swallowed his pride and begged, "Senior, please, we admit defeat today. The Yuhua sect will voluntarily withdraw from the fight for this secret realm." But Junlin simply swung his hand forward. "You think you can just come and go as you please? Die, all of you." He desperately tried to reason with him. "If you push us to the brink like this, aren't you afraid of the Yuhua sect's absolute wrath?" "Wait, I get it now. Elder Mu of our outer sect. He died by your hands, didn't he?" With his giant hand closing in, Junlin replied calmly, "Bingo. Since I am going to make you guys my enemies anyway, I might as well kill to my heart's content." Just like that, Elder Yan was blown into tiny pieces. The onlookers stood there in absolute shock, unable to believe what they were seeing. A mere cultivator from Huangzhou actually killed a high and mighty elder of the Yuhua sect with just one hand. Tianyi thought to himself, with the elders dead and Chen Xiao's Dao heart shattered, the Yuhua sect's reputation and power are going to take a massive hit. But on the bright side, the political landscape of the eastern region is about to get extremely interesting. Chen Xiao thought in absolute terror. Even Elder Yan was no match for this guy. I had no idea the monster who killed my father was this terrifyingly strong. Will I ever be able to get my revenge? The members of the Fenglai sect panicked and yelled, "We are doomed. The elders are all dead. We need to get the Holy Sun out of here right now. Activate the golden vessel. Hurry." Tianye scoffed angrily. "You guys were talking so much trash, and now you want to run? Die. Every single one of you." A torrent of fire shot down. The surrounding cultivators were shaken to their core. They had already slaughtered all the elders of the Yuhua sect. Now they even want to kill the Holy Sun of the Yuhua sect? Are they seriously trying to wipe them out completely? This master and disciple duo are completely insane. Jingchan chanted Amitabha and joined the chaotic battle, summoning a massive golden hand that turned into a shield to block the incoming attacks. He urged gently, "Madam, an eye for an eye only makes the whole world blind. Why must you pursue them to such a bitter end?" Tianye didn't buy it for a second. "Cut the crap, you bald donkey. Don't think I can't see right through your pathetic Buddhist schemes. You just want the Yuhua sect to owe you a massive favor, don't you? Hypocrites like you make me absolutely sick to my stomach." Jingchan maintained his fake, friendly smile and replied, "Please do not speak so recklessly, madam. Your prejudice against the Buddhist path is far too deep. You are on the very brink of falling into the demonic path. This old monk advises you to restrain yourself before it is too late." Tianye completely ignored his warning, scoffing. "Back in the central region, I despised hypocrites like you the most. You act purely for your own selfish gains, yet you love to beat around the bush and preach about righteousness. So what if I fall into the demonic path? I don't need a fake like you lecturing me." Seeing his words were falling on deaf ears, his expression instantly turned cold as he hissed, "Stubborn fool. Since you refuse to repent, let this old monk deliver you to the next life." Junlin realized a terrifying pressure was radiating from this bald monk. Surprisingly, he possessed peak fusion realm cultivation. Ye Junlin stepped up to his side. Well, who's trying to bully my disciple while I'm away?" Jingchan paused his movements and replied calmly, "Peak Master Yi, you misunderstand. This old monk was merely trying to offer some guidance to this junior." He scoffed arrogantly. "Guidance? Who do you think you are? He's a true immortal starting over. Why on earth would he need guidance from a moldy monk like you, who's barely reached the body integration realm?" Grateful, Tianye bowed to Junlin and said, "Thank you, Master, for backing me up. This useless disciple of yours wanted to stop that skyship from leaving, but this bald fraud stopped me, allowing them to escape." Jingchan kept a straight face and smiled. "Amitabha, mercy, mercy. This old monk merely felt things had gone too far, so I stepped in to keep you from making a mistake. But if you insist on placing the blame, then I have nothing left to say. Farewell." Junlin blocked his path. "Oh, so you act like a saint and then try to slip away? Freeze right there." Jingchan whirled around and demanded, "Peak Master Ye, what is the meaning of this?" He truly believed that since the Hanging Temple was the premier Buddhist power in the Eastern Domain, and because Ye Junlin had just offended the Yuhua Gate, he wouldn't dare pick a fight with the Hanging Temple. But he was dead wrong. Junlin barked out, "A moldy monk like you is really something else. You did absolutely nothing but claim all the credit, while leaving us to take all the blame. Since you're so great at calculating, why don't you calculate the exact day you're going to die?" Utterly humiliated, Jingchan finally snapped, "Peak Master Ye, you have crossed the line." Junlin pressed forward aggressively. "I did, and what are you going to do about it?" As a massive fist came crashing down, Jingchan roared, "Golden Bell Shield!" A giant golden bell materialized to protect his body, but the overwhelming pressure instantly shattered his shield to pieces. All the monks from the Hanging Temple quickly gathered around. Jingchan brandished his staff and bellowed, "You push us too far. Do you think our Hanging Temple is just some easy target? Since you decided to start this fight, don't blame this old monk for showing no mercy. Om Mani Padme Hum." Master Jingchan unleashed his peak body integration realm power, making the onlookers cry out in terror. Is that the Dharma avatar of the Hanging Temple? He even has the grade 3 spiritual artifact, the 9-ring tin staff. Sure, this Junlin guy is also at peak body integration realm, but compared to Master Jingchan, he's absolutely nothing. Is that Yi guy a reincarnated pig or what? Why on earth would he offend the Hanging Temple out of nowhere? Does he have a death wish? Jingchan put on a fake display of compassion. "Patron Ye, this old monk gave you a chance, but you chose to be foolish and stubborn. Then allow this old monk to send you to your grave." A devastating wave of energy surged from the palm of the body integration expert, crashing down toward Junlin. "Perish!" Yet, Junlin remained completely unfazed. Gathering true chi in his palm, he summoned the massive heaven-burying coffin, effortlessly blocking every single attack. Jing Chan's entire power was sucked into the coffin. His jaw dropped as he stared in disbelief. Even I didn't expect the heaven-burying coffin to upgrade alongside my cultivation, jumping from a grade 3 spiritual artifact to grade 6. He sneered at his opponent. Is that all your divine ability can do? In that case, get inside my coffin. A terrifying suction force dragged the entire crowd of monks toward the coffin. They screamed, "What is this thing? Master, save us!" Jing Chan trembled in terror. An evil artifact. How could your Swantian sect possess such a wicked thing? He cried out to the other sects. Everyone, this man is an evil cultivator. We must band together and execute him. But not a single soul dared to step forward. I mean, who would be foolish enough to help at a time like this? Behind him, Qianye smirked and thought, this guy always has another trick up his sleeve. Jing Chan struggled against the suction, trying to reason with him. Patron Ye, Amitabha, you've already made an enemy of the Yuhua Gate. Are you truly prepared to declare war on the largest Buddhist faction in the entire Eastern Domain? Junlin ramped up the power. I absolutely despise hypocrites like you. Stop preaching your garbage and get in here. Unable to resist, Jing Chan was finally sucked into the heaven-burying coffin. In an instant, every single monk was swallowed whole. Holding the giant coffin with one hand, Junlin asked in a dark, cold voice, anyone else? The other sects were too paralyzed with fear to move. Each of them had the exact same thought. Who would dare step up after seeing that? It was absolutely terrifying. Shu Yunian and Zhao Deju cheered in unison. Yes, fantastic job, junior brother. Oh my god, am I dreaming? Seeing that Deju couldn't believe his eyes, a hard slap landed right on his face. Nursing his bruised cheek, he whined, Junior sister, why did you hit me? She calmly asked. Does it hurt? Deju snapped back. Of course it hurts, you idiot. Tianshu replied coldly. Then you're definitely not dreaming. Meanwhile, Yang Feng was still standing dazed, staring at Junlin in the distance. Did our wilderness province actually win? I can't believe he single-handedly suppressed the entire crowd. All the cultivators from the wilderness province broke into cheers, shouting, Long live the heavenly lord! All hail his mighty power! His divine might is unmatched. Tianyi thought jealously, how is this even possible? Is this really still the wilderness province? Did we end up in the wrong place or what? I thought this Yi guy was practically begging for death. But instead, he dealt a devastating blow to the Yuhua Gate, the strongest immortal sect in the Eastern Domain. And on top of that, he completely wiped out the entire force of the Hanging Temple, the sacred land of Buddhism, sucked into that coffin. But since he's crossed both the Yuhua sect and the Shuangkong Temple, I'm afraid he's going to face endless waves of revenge. If he actually has what it takes to shake up the eastern region, even better. When that time comes, our Jiang family can just sit back and reap the rewards. The entrance to the secret realm finally opened, leaving the cultivators in absolute awe. This is amazing. The secret realm is finally open. This is the first time in my life that I've ever seen such a magnificent secret realm. Can we still get in? Junlin was the first to charge into the secret realm, his excitement peaking. It's finally open. Now I can go in and check in to complete the quest. Oh right, there are still these people outside that I need to deal with, he declared. Any cultivator from our Huangzhou has the right to enter and explore this secret realm. As for the rest of you, get lost. Jiang Tianyi was furious at this order. He protested, saying that their Jiang family had no grudge against the Xuantian sect, yet they weren't even given the right to enter the secret realm. It was just a shame their ancestor wasn't there. His subordinate quickly tried to calm him down, saying, Young master, he's just riding high right now, but he'll definitely face a miserable end later. We don't need to pick a fight with a dead man walking. He reluctantly agreed, You're right. If you want to destroy someone, you have to let them go wild first. A tyrannical guy like him won't survive for long. Let's go. The departure of the Jiang family prompted the other outside cultivators to leave in regret. Even the strongest remaining force, the Jiang family, had decided to pull out. It seems no one dares to oppose Junlin anymore. We came all this way only to end up with nothing. Let him have his moment of glory for now. We'll just wait and watch the show. Once the foreign cultivators had all left, Junlin announced, Let's go everyone. Stepping into the Luotian secret realm, he felt refreshed by the crisp, clean air. I didn't expect the environment inside the secret realm to be like this. It's actually not bad at all. The system chimed, detected arrival at the Luotian secret realm. Would you like to claim your reward? Claim it. Congratulations, host, on a successful check-in. You have received the Heavenly Emperor's avatar. The Heavenly Emperor's avatar allows the user to directly summon the projection, which drastically boosts their own power, while also granting access to several unique divine abilities. Junlin was highly satisfied. An avatar? This reward is pretty sweet. Master Jingchan's Buddhist avatar was actually really tough to deal with. If I hadn't used the heaven-burying coffin, it would have been a brutal fight. Meanwhile, the other cultivators were ecstatic as they discovered countless treasures inside the realm. Heavenly soul grass, purple crystal vine, golden ginseng, and even a 10,000-year blood pool. These are incredible treasures, every single one of them. Xu Yannian advised, everyone, split up and look for rare herbs, but don't venture too deep, and make sure to watch each other's backs. They all replied in unison. Understood. Junlin thought to himself, I initially planned to just complete the quest and head out, but seeing how excited everyone is, I might as well explore a bit more. Some disciples wanted to check out a fork in the path. Let's go search over there. The person next to him agreed, sure, I'll go with you. Just then, the ground beneath them suddenly erupted, and both disciples ended up trapped in the jaws of a beast. Xu Yunian warned anxiously. The creatures in this secret realm are incredibly fierce. Everyone watch out, there's another one over here. We're surrounded. Everyone, fall back for now. There are golden core stage monsters in this realm, so don't let your guard down. Hong Tianye chimed in. If you want to grab resources, you've got to have the strength for it. There's no such thing as a free lunch. In the distance, a flock of birds flew off in a panic, as if sensing imminent danger. From the dense forest, a horde of savage white apes charged out. Xu Yunian immediately gathered the disciples. Everyone, get ready to fight. Tiangshu took action immediately, taking down one of them with a single strike. Deju fiercely swung his sword, taking them out one by one. The white apes grew even more savage, and a female disciple was quickly pinned down, unable to fight back. She screamed, "Help me!" Other disciples unleashed their chi to surround it, shouting, "Let her go, you beast!" However, the white ape didn't take any damage at all. It opened its hideous mouth, about to devour her. She shut her eyes tight and begged, "No, please, save me." At that critical moment, a burst of fiery power shot out. The thick, tough back of the white ape was blasted by the massive flames. Standing beside the charred carcass of the ape, Hong Tianye said with concern, "Glad you're okay." She sincerely thanked him. As Zhu Yunian fought off an aggressive white ape rushing toward him, he called out, "Martial nephew Hong, with you here, I can rest easy. Please look after the other disciples. These white apes have nascent soul cultivation, and there are insanely many of them. On top of that, they're incredibly fast, so you must be careful too." The pack of white apes locked onto him as their target and attacked all at once. Hong Tianye only gave a cold snort as he casually unleashed a wave of energy. "Are you looking to die?" The entire pack of white apes was instantly engulfed in roaring flames. Seeing this, the other disciples looked on in awe. Hong Tianye is so powerful. He's amazing, truly the personal disciple of Peak Master Ye. Hong Tianye cut them off. "All of you, shut your mouths." He wondered to himself, where the hell did that dog named Yi run off to? Meanwhile, things were still peaceful on Junlin's end. Looking at the landscape ahead, he asked, "System, you said there's a unique energy fluctuation here. Are you sure it's in this direction?" The system replied, "Yes, host. It is indeed right here. The new mission lies inside. The rewards are also far more generous than the ones from the seal. Deep within the Luotian mystic realm, near the Daluo immortal tree. Members of the Stone Clan were waiting for the Daluo immortal fruit to finally bear fruit. One of the clan members suggested, "The opening of the Daluo mystic realm has allowed outsiders to invade our territory. We must take action and wipe them out." The Stone Clan chief, a master at the peak of the integration realm, replied, "I believe deciding how to divide the Daluo immortal fruit is our most urgent matter right now." The Beast Clan chief, who was also at the peak of the integration realm, chimed in, "As long as we fully consume the immortal fruit, we can achieve the Daluo immortal physique. Once that happens, we can easily crush those intruders like ants." The Feather Clan chief looked a bit worried, but right now, that white-furred mouse has taken over the Daluo immortal fruit. We still don't even know where to begin. The Armor Clan chief and the Scale Clan chief replied, "Who could have known the fruit would ripen so suddenly?" Even we didn't have time to react. The Scale Clan chief, another master at the peak of the integration realm, sighed. There's nothing we can do. It has already eaten the fruit, and the Da Luo immortal tree has acknowledged it. We can't attack it right now, or we'll face a fierce backlash from the tree itself. The Wood Clan chief proposed the best solution. It seems our only option is to wait for it to digest the fruit. Then, we can capture it, use a secret refinement technique to extract the power, and share it among ourselves. That would be completely fair. The Wood Clan chief, a peak integration realm cultivator, swore. Meanwhile, the Beast Clan chief vowed, I will make this white-furred thief of a mouse pay dearly for its greed. They noticed the glowing light was beginning to fade, indicating the little beast was almost done digesting. The Beast Clan chief raised his massive hand. Having just emerged, the mouse happily squeaked. Shushu had such a wonderful nap. Staring up at the fierce glares of the clan chiefs, Shushu felt a bit scared. Hello, big brothers. Why are you looking for Shushu? If there's nothing else, Shushu will be leaving now. The Beast Clan chief roared and lunged to attack. How is this wretched mouse so fast? The effects of the Da Luo immortal fruit are truly extraordinary. The Wood Clan chief whipped his branches forward, shouting, Stop shouting and chase it down. As his withered branches closed in on Shushu, he roared, Stop right there, you little beast. The mouse tried to negotiate. Squeak, big brothers, let's calm down and talk this over. Shushu is actually a very reasonable mouse. Seeing a rift in space right in front of him, he panicked. Help me! Squeak! Before the wooden hand could grab him, Shushu dove straight through the rift. His vision blurred as he crossed over, and he groaned. Shushu is so dizzy. Where did Shushu just end up? Who am I? Where am I? The Feather Clan chief unleashed a rain of feather arrows, muttering, to think that digesting the fruit would grant it the power to teleport through the void. If we let you escape, fully digest it, and achieve true cultivation, you will become a terrifying threat. So, you might as well just die quietly right here. Hit by the barrage of feathers, the mouse shrieked in pain. Shushu is hurting so bad. Shushu doesn't want to die. Shushu must stay strong and survive. From behind, a cold voice echoed, This is the end of the line for you. Right behind him, the Stone Clan chief unleashed a thunderous roar, sending a wave of sheer power that threatened to blow everything away. The blast sent Shushu flying, nearly making him land face first. Knocked off balance, he plummeted straight down from the branches of the Da Luo immortal tree. He crashed heavily onto the ground. The Feather and Beast Clan chiefs leaped down together. You filthy rat, how dare you steal the Da Luo immortal fruit? Do you have any idea how precious it is? With your lowly status, you have absolutely no right to lay a finger on it. Running away? Why stopped? Did you really think eating that immortal fruit would let you slip right through our fingers? Shushu tried to defend himself. But did it have your names written on it? Why shouldn't Shushu be allowed to eat it? It's not fair to blame Shushu now. Shushu is hurting deep down too. The Stone Clan chief interrogated him. Do you have any idea that the Da Luo immortal tree supports this entire mystic realm? It takes countless ages just to produce a single Da Luo immortal fruit. Anyone who swallows it gains the Da Luo immortal physique, an invincible constitution that ranks at the very top of the Kunlun immortal realm. Our clan has waited for hundreds of generations, and we finally got to see the Da Luo immortal fruit with our own eyes. But who would have thought a little thief like you would beat us to it? Don't you think you should pay with your life so its power can return to where it belongs? Only now did Shushu realize how much trouble he had actually caused. What? So the fruit Shushu took is really that big of a deal? Am I really going to die here today? Is there any hero out there who can save Shushu? The Stone Clan chief reached down with his menacing hand, roaring, just die. Suddenly, a powerful force blasted forward, stopping him in his tracks. The Stone Clan chief gasped in shock. Who does this powerful aura belong to? Junlin simply smirked, walking calmly toward them. Before anyone could speak, he asked, System, so you're saying there's an energy fluctuation over here, and it's coming from inside this little white mouse? The system confirms. Ding! Exactly. This mouse just swallowed a Da Luo immortal fruit, and a Da Luo immortal physique has already condensed inside its body. Its cultivation potential is incredibly high. Ding! A new apprentice recruitment quest is available. If you successfully recruit this white-furred mouse as your apprentice, you will receive a massive reward. Junlin quietly calculates his options. A Da Luo immortal physique, huh? That is pretty interesting. Meanwhile, Shushu looks up at him, eyes brimming with tears as it begs for help. Oh, great hero, please save Shushu. These bad guys want to eat me. Hearing this, Junlin realizes why this scene feels so familiar. Seriously, why does it feel like I'm running a rescue mission every single time I recruit a disciple? Am I turning into some kind of monk saving everyone? But hey, it's fine. Xiao Hong is practically born to rebel, but this little mouse is so cute, white, and chubby. It looks super obedient. Taking it in as a disciple wouldn't be a bad idea at all. Suddenly, the Beast Clan chief swings his massive hammer at him, roaring. This intruder dares to ignore us like we're nothing. I'll make you pay. But Junlin casually blocks the attack with just one hand and threatens them. This mouse is mine now. Back off, and I might just spare your lives. Now beat it. The Stone Clan chief sneers in disdain. We're both at the peak of the integration realm. What makes you think you have the right to talk to us like that? The other clan chiefs immediately chime in. Exactly. Let's get him. Tear him to pieces. Junlin just glares at them coldly. He unleashes a lightning-fast palm strike, slamming it right into the Beast Clan chief's stomach. He's sent flying backward, coughing up a mouthful of blood as he gasps. How can a simple strike from this guy pack so much power? The Feather Clan chief fires off a deadly rain of arrows, screaming, "Human, you're asking for death." That's when Junlin makes up his mind. Since you insist on doing this the hard way, I won't be holding back anymore. He unleashes his great desolate imprisoning heaven finger, releasing a burst of energy so intense it looks ready to incinerate everything in its path. The massive wave of energy rains down right where the clan chiefs are standing. The Wood Clan chief desperately raises a barrier to block it, shouting, "Don't push us too far." He then uses his wood attribute True Energy to quickly heal the injured Stone Clan chief. Junlin is actually a little surprised. With a flicker of flame dancing in his palm, he thinks, "Oh, so they actually know how to work together? This is getting interesting. Fair enough. This is the perfect chance to test out my new reward." He summons his Heavenly Emperor avatar, and everyone watches in awe as Junlin begins to transform.